So cool. We are
like
now live. All right.
That was a good talk about violating Twitch TOS, everyone.
Absolutely.
And not doing so.
buddy.
All right. So last session on P5, we dealt
You
with
got in trouble.
got in a little bit of trouble. So the party had been ambushed by a group of wyvern that were out hunting. In the chaos of combat, the party was able to defeat them, but not without the death of a few of the commoners. Unfortunately, after this, a more verbose and forward-speaking commoner was drumming up some emotions with the others around there about how he did not feel safe around the party, and that he did not feel that this party was actually leading them anywhere safe, and that they were just attracting danger. So there was a riling up of the community that was traveling with you guys. And while it was potentially able to to calm down over some amount of time, unfortunately the result of such a matter was that when this commoner was trying to leave with his fellow commoners and townsfolk, and was grabbing his bags, you went up to stop him, erroneously believing that he was taking something that belonged to the town instead of just grabbing his own belongings. This then led to an altercation between the two of them, where the commoner eventually lost his cool, swung out at you and hit him, and then you, as a reaction, as oftentimes when he gets hit, used hellish rebuke and lit the man on fire, killing him instantly. The rest of the crowd and some of the other commoners fled in terror. At this, Lenine and oh god, why did I forget his name? Jesus Christ. Azdalor, yeah. Lenine and Azdalor went up and grabbed you and basically arraigned him, put him in shackles, and took away his staff of power. And then basically giving him as close to a slap on the wrist as you can, because the situation you guys are in was already fraught with danger. So with that, you guys started to you guys continued on making your way over to the Wayside Inn. This is a place that you guys have been before. When you were actually on your way back to Phandalin, you had met some of the proprietors of it, such as Martisha, Bax, Korag, and Tiga. Bax being an old sailing buddy of me and you. When you arrived, you were able to get your supplies in, and Martisha and Tiga started to go up and get rooms ready for the entire town. During this time, you guys sat down, were discussing some of the matters with you and how he acted. I believe Iluna also went over and talked with Lenine and Azdalor about what would happen, or what was going to happen with the situation. And then Bax took me and you down into the cellar to talk with them. And Albina eventually went back to help Korag make some dinner for the night. So down in the basement, between me and you and Bax, sorry. Bax let me and you know that there was a rumor that had spouted up that a ship, a galleon, had been resting upon the rocks out near the Tower of Storms, not too far to the west. But that there was rumors of the cult of Talos over there. And up in the top side, when the rest of the party was looking around, they saw two of the members of the band Tarbin Tool and the Jizz Whalers, Fen Sao and Numid Kulo, but they did not see the titular figure of Tarbin Tool. And when pressed about this, they explained that he had gone missing. So this was definitely out of the normal because it had been a couple days. Normally, if he was out womanizing or anything like that, he would have been back already. So they are starting to get worried. And pretty much where we left off was that as Albina went back to help Korag, she ended up casting the message spell, reaching out to him. Oh man, I'm zoomed in on all your character sheets. She cast message to reach out to him to see if, sending, not message, to see if she could figure out what had gone on. And I know I gave you guys, I gave you guys this. It was aboard this ship. I sing these songs near the Tower of Storms. Aboard a ship that calls to home that I am held and in need of help. So that was, and it was done in a very like sing-songy way, as if he was trying to mask his words.
There were two rumors.
Is anybody's map loading for them? Because mine is not.
No, I was gonna ask that next. There were two other rumors from Bax. Or he mentioned the Red Dragon north of Neverwinter.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
And
Bax said that there were sightings of a red dragon north of Neverwinter coming from some of the travelers that had been down here.
And confirmed the danger in the east that the townsfolk were traveling towards with Thunderboars and Gorthok. I don't know. I wrote
Gorthok the Thunderboar.
Oh, okay, right. So
yeah,
confirmed that was definitely a danger.
Yep, again from the cult of Talos.
But that was east, right? And then
yes.
west was the ship was also involved with Cult of Talos?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. And I don't know. I think the last thing I remember happening was Luna said she wanted to talk to the party, but I think that's about it. I don't know if Hannah told anyone yet about
no, that like I said, that literally happened right as we finished. So
yeah, and she was still in the kitchen when I guess she chose to do that. Yeah. Mappy map, it's not working.
Yeah, so I did actually spend a little bit of time trying to reformat what Tarbin Tool said. So pretty much where we will pick up is Albina hearing in her head when she reached out to Tarbin Tool. So this is actually what you said, because I wrote that up very quickly and I actually put some time into it. So he says, "Aboard this ship, I sing my plea. By Tower of Storms, can't you see? Held captive here, longing for home. Rescue me from this maritime dome."
Lovely. Alrighty. Well, at this point, I'll be in the middle of washing the dishes and drop one. And turn and very, very bull, like a bull
the
in a
answer
china
to the riddle
shop.
is the horse's name is Friday.
The horse's name is Friday?
When you drop it, Korg turns around, looks at you and says, "Everything all right, miss?"
Yeah, I just got some news. Sorry, I'll pay for that plate.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
And I'll be back. I have to take off my apron and I'll just set it to the side. I'll be back to finish washing those. And I go over to Luna and I'll tell her exactly what he messaged there next to the rest of his group.
Yeah. Well.
Are you guys able to see the map yet?
No.
No.
Nope.
What the fuck is going on?
Like
If
we
you
can see
want,
it
I
on
can-
stream, but not
Yeah.
on web client.
That's what
I was gonna say, if you
saying.
want, I can just read out the web client to everybody on
No.
Twitch so they can figure it out.
Absolutely not.
Oh, it's a 3.14159.
That's right.
crap.
I love how everybody would be like, "Oh shit!" Except
Wait a sec. Why the fuck has it changed?
Did you get
is it the wrong web client?
No,
Did you get
it-
a new
Oh.
device? No new.
no, I
server?
didn't get a new device, but for some reason my
Yeah.
server URL is different.
That
Did
would've
you
been-
update it recently?
No.
It just.
You know what?
felt
All in
crazy.
all, it's Comcast's fault. That's what it falls down
All right,
to.
hold on. That's fucking weird. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me type this up for you guys.
Man, that means now I have to delete another tab.
Yeah,
Right?
my bad. I don't know why that happened.
Well, it
I
just
should
kept
make a
saying-
tab because I always go to the pinned messages.
Try
You
that.
go look in. That's funny. I just have a tab. It's permanently there.
I probably should have a tab, but I have too many tabs, so I deleted a lot of things.
I have perpetually too many tabs. It's just part of. how
It gave me
goes.
anxiety that I have them all hiding right now.
Did
Don't
that? I
look
put
at
it.
my
I put it in the
tabs,
P5
then.
chat. Did that work for you guys?
It says
See.
loading. Yeah.
Loading map resources.
Okay, that's really weird that it changed that, and
Ooh. Who's on?
Are you paying for a static IP?
no, I'm not, but I just don't expect it to change.
Yeah, it'll change every now and then.
What the fuck?
It's been years.
No, it's changed. I've
Yeah,
changed it
oh, wait.
twice. I manually changed it once, and then I
Yeah,
got
I remember
a new
you changed
iPad,
it, and that's the one I saved.
and yeah, but I mean this. Yeah, as long as it works.
Sorry, I didn't mean to accept this.
No, that was me actually.
No, that was me earlier.
Oh, this is me.
Everybody's grabbing at Cephas. He's gonna smack somebody.
He's the biggest
again.
one.
I mean,
I didn't grab anyone. Where?
no,
I like.
an exaggeration.
All right, yeah. So now that you guys are able to see, I mean, not that really much matters. You guys are just kind of
Yeah.
in and around the
Just
table.
Yet, but
You
when
didn't
it working,
see the
when it
broken
You
doesn't,
need to
plate.
see the table.
It's true.
Yeah,
and all the
I-
bubbles spill on the ground.
we can't even see the kitchen. Ridiculous.
I know, yeah, because it's behind a door.
How do you think I feel? My character's in the basement.
Basement.
That's right. Yeah, he can't even
It's
see
true.
fucking. He can't see anything down there. You can see there's a bunch of boxes. All right.
Oh,
so-
what?
Now it's
Wait.
dark.
It's black. Oh, it's me and you, but me
Yeah,
and you
'cause
by themselves.
it's
There we
just
go.
me and you.
You and me. Me and you.
So happy together.
There.
Theme
Um,
song of this.
All right. So while you guys are down, while you guys are down there, Stacy, you said that you wanted to talk to them, and Albina was also coming
Yeah.
out to share her message,
Albina-
I believe.
She just said she told us, I think. And then we said, "There's no
Yeah,
map."
I ran to tell you and the guys.
Use downstairs.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you guys, I'm pretty sure he is.
What you heard
Are you-
you heard from him?
And then I'll just recite them a little. Oh yeah, say I was doing some dishes and I started thinking. I said, okay, maybe I should reach out to him and put aside my bias.
Tower of Storms.
And he seems he's locked up somewhere. Yeah, near the Tower of Storms, possibly.
Do any of you
Did he make some
us
enemies
know
there?
about that?
I'm gonna say you guys would already know about the Tower of Storms. It's an old lighthouse
Okay. then
just
we
out
say
west.
Out west.
That's what I assumed when I heard Maritime.
To the west.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
not far from here then.
No. So it is. I mean, it's roughly about 15 miles.
Maybe he got caught courting the wrong woman. I look over at the guys. Someone's angry husband maybe locked him up.
Angry husband.
Lock him up in. We'd like lock him up in the tower.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he'll starve to death there. There probably aren't many women there either. Very encouraging, I know.
Yeah.
Well, guess we'll have to go real soon and go help him. I don't know. I just wanted a song written about us.
Man, we're doing great as a group of heroes.
I mean, that would be. Would you be able to check on him? You're not there. Shut up.
Yeah, we're not even there. What do you mean? We're downstairs drinking.
Well, we can look into it. We have all these people gesturing to take care of. We're aiming to go to Lylon, but that would take us out of the way.
Yes.
I guess we'll have to talk with our whole party, and she'll make a face, trying to hide the fact that you came in here in shackles and they probably saw him.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Just not mention that part.
Well, I appreciate it. When abouts would you be able to check?
Let's talk to Lenine.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get back to you shortly.
But
and I'll
I
just
feel
walk
like
over. Where's Lenine?
Near, I don't know, Smith and Seftis. They're not saying anything. I guess I would look or at, like...
They're like, these women are in charge, I guess.
See if they have any inputs.
Smith, Iggy, what do you guys think?
Guys.
Iggy shrugs his shoulders at least. He, I don't know.
Yeah,
I got
I hear
a lot
you,
on my
Iggy.
mind.
Don't we all? But we have to make some decisions before we leave here, so... I guess we talk to Lenine. Unless Smith wants to share his thoughts, or Seftis.
You thinking anything, Smith?
If he's in trouble, if he might be in trouble, I say we go check it out.
How about you talk to Lenine? She might like you better.
How long would it take us to get there? Approximately, would we guess?
Like I said, about well, I always have to look up travel pace. So it would probably take you guys roughly about 4 hours to get there. Now it is about 6 o'clock at night. So, you know, you guys basically got to the wayside right as sundown was starting to hit.
Okay. I think that's the info we needed. How long and what time? Yeah, we should probably try and help him. But what do we do with just let them stay here an extra night? The Phandalinians.
It might give them some time to relax if we take you away with us. I whispered to Luna.
Reputation. Bring back somebody in exchange. Maybe. Wow. I just learned how to say the letter L. Lenine is over there.
Yeah, yes, she is. She is sitting there. She has her head kind of down into a mug of ale that she is nursing as Asdalor is speaking to her.
Which map am I supposed to be seeing?
You are just currently seeing the map of the Sword Coast, so sorry, my bad.
Oh, I was like, where does she see Lenine? I'm like,
Yeah, there
Oh,
she
I
is.
was just going on like Iluna talked to Lenine and then came over back to Smith and Septus. That's why I, in character,
all right,
Iluna knows where she is.
I'll leave it to. I just
I'll be
look
right
at you,
back. I'm gonna get
Iluna,
liquor.
and tell her.
All right, buddy.
I'll leave it to you. I'm gonna go finish those dishes before we leave,
You're such
and I run back to the kitchen.
good help to them.
Korg sees you come back in. Oh, welcome back.
Throwing plates.
You see that he's
around.
like walking
And
out right as you're walking in. You know, he has like an entire plate of food he's taking out to people. Are you not
I'll
eating?
clean this right up. Sure. I'll. If you save me a
Please.
little plate, let me finish these dishes up real quick.
Please, please. There is no worry. We can always clean up later.
Mhm.
If you insist, and I'll grab the door and just hold it for him.
All right, he accepts that and he takes it out and starts serving around some food to everyone.
Mm.
I'll help him till we get to the last plate. I'll just
Sure
have a
thing.
seat wherever there's a spot open.
Excuse me. All right. So yeah, you got here. It's because he is kind of having to make a lot of food for a lot of people because as food is being made, you can see that a lot of the Phandalinians are coming down, and so he is having to kind of spread everything out. So what is being served is mostly like potatoes in some kind of like creamy broth with some carrots, celery, and beef chunks. So it's basically just stew.
Simple stew.
So that is the main the main like food that everyone is kind of having all at the same time.
Does it look like Lenine and Asdalor got food yet?
Yeah, she had a mug of ale, but Korag is bringing over food at the same time for her.
I was gonna say Iluna would grab some for them if she, while walking over, if she saw they needed some. But regardless, is that what we're doing next, Lenine?
You said you were going over to talk to Lenine.
I didn't know if you there wasn't anything else to skip to with me and you or anyone else.
No, that'll be in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, Iluna would just pull up the same seat she was at just minutes ago and say in more hushed tones that Albina spoke with magic to Tobin. He's missing. He
Shit.
seems to be in the Tower of, oh my goodness, it was right there.
Tower of Storms.
Oh, Tower of Storms. I think we may end up going there first. I'm not sure how well that sits with you.
Well, what are you planning on doing there? What is it? What will you have to do?
Rescue him. We're not even sure. We're gonna have to make a plan. On it's a handful of hours out. I don't know if we would go before night or in the morning. But I would imagine these folks might want some time to regroup properly. For a day, maybe? I don't know.
If you need time, just tell me that you need time.
I think we will. We haven't made a decision as a group. 2 of them are downstairs.
I'm assuming you have
Oh.
line of sight on, don't you?
He's being rehabilitated. I'm teaching him. I'm punishing him. Quick, you yell something.
Yell something so everyone can hear.
Yell in pain.
Also,
Rawr.
I don't know your thoughts of us taking you out there. I figured some space away from the townsfolk might make them less wary.
Yes, well, considering a lot of the townsfolk are skeptical of him at this moment, it might not be the worst thing for him to go out and do something beneficial to somebody, because there's a lot of chatter amongst those that still decided to follow us of their apprehension towards him.
Understandably. I mean, in the end, you're their leadership. We're your protection. That was the intent.
Yes.
So most of this decision is, unfortunately, on your shoulders.
I'm aware. I'm very well aware.
But I am aiming to follow your lead, and it seems most of our group is too.
Yes. Yes, my lead.
But I figured you should be informed, and we're going to discuss this, and I'll let you know for certain.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I think Iluna would want to go check on me and you and just be like, why are they still down here? Or, yeah, why aren't they back up?
So, so while this is going on, me and you, the 2 of you are down in the basement, and Bax is down there with you. And he explains, he brings up the fact that there's this old galleon that's been spotted out along the Sword Coast, and that the cult has something to do with it. He doesn't know exactly what, but he knows that the cult has something to do with it. So, when he brings this up, he looks at the 2 of you and says, "Right, so here's the deal. I was able to intercept a message that was moving throughout the cult of Talos. Apparently, there is somebody on board of that ship that is out there.
Pretty sure everybody on that ship is out there.
Well, there's a bunch of other cultists on it. That's the thing. But there's someone on it.
Like some sort of meeting of the occults?
Well, there was. You see, the ship did not belong to them. They actually stole the ship. But the communication that I was able to find was that it was the followers of Merkel, the god of death, the ones who attacked here the night that you were here. They apparently came here on the ship. So, but there is apparently a Talos war priest on that ship. If you head out there, you need to be safe. I don't know what she is capable of, but from the message I was able to intercept, it seems like she is planning on doing something with it.
Interesting.
Doing something with the message?
With the ship.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure what her plans are, but it is, you know, not the greatest if somebody out there is, you know, if the ship that was carrying the undead is now in the possession of the cult of Talos, I don't know what will come of that.
What happens if we reclaim the ship and...
I couldn't tell you. I don't know a thing about it.
I'll tell you what happens if we claim a ship of the undead. We actually have a working pirate crew that can work out for us.
Forever?
I mean, until our souls get claimed again.
You mean again and again and again?
Yes. I mean,
6 times over.
He turns back and looks at him and goes, "Don't worry, we're not going to cause chaos and havoc. My assumption is this will be a good crew for whenever we get kicked out of this group because somebody lit a commoner on fire. But even then, the more bodies we have, the easier it'll be to take out these cults."
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what your overall plan is, but
Oh, I plan on eradicating the black cultists for doing what they did.
well,
Shut up, Aaron.
understandable.
I had to quickly specify. My stutter made it so much worse when I said eliminate the black.
That's right. Well, then use that information for whatever you need. Like I said, I am just wanting to stay out of it. My connections with the cult of Talos makes things rather particular. No, I keep saying that. God damn it. Peculiar.
I understand. As long as you don't have an issue with some of maybe your old cultist buddies getting
They're
stabbed?
not buddies of mine, but they oftentimes seek my assistance. They oftentimes want me to join them.
All right, as long as you're okay with us doing our thing, and we'll make sure that you didn't say anything, or at least the people that did know that you knew wouldn't be around to survive.
Preferable.
We got you covered, pal. I give him a hearty pat on the back and a cheers, and I drink some more of the ale.
Nice.
Of the swig ale.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, we'll say that the three of you spend some time down there, drinking and relaxing between the three of you. When after a little bit, you hear the door to the staircase open up, and down the stairs comes your companion, Iluna.
Minor illusion.
Minor illusion?
Minor illusion.
Okay.
Are you trying to put handcuffs back on you?
I'm trying to disappear. Make it look like I ran away.
That's major illusion.
That's definitely not minor illusion there.
Me will hit him upside the back of the head. Will you stop that?
You make me look
She already
bad.
knows you were going to be unhandcuffed the moment we got down here. You think she actually believed that I was going to keep you handcuffed this whole time? Actually, I hope not, or else she's really, really dumb. Anyway, hi, Luna.
Yeah, Luna, you walk down.
I'm just wondering the stuff you said under your breath is stuff she actually heard.
Yeah,
Luna, that's fully in character. All of that's in character.
You walk down and you see me and you sitting there. You is not handcuffed or anything, and they just have like steins of ale that they are tossing back here with backs. There's almost
down,
like
have a drink.
There's almost like a quick shuffle as Bax turns around and what? Oh, sorry. Kind of like wipes his mouth and can I help you?
I was just checking in on our boys here. We have a potential side quest mission,
We always have a potential side quest.
don't we all? It's like it's
That's what I just said.
designed that way.
Now we're breaking the fourth wall.
What? It turns out, and she's just like looking past the whole no shackles thing and all the drinking because she's unconcerned. One of the band members is missing, and Albina reached out through her sending. He
Sending what?
replied, magic. She's just annoyed that you seem to not understand magic does things, even though you just blew someone up.
He had a little bit to drink.
Sending in her head, like she talks to Pugsley.
Oh, you mean like this? And I send message.
You cast message to her.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Great. Apparently he's captive at the Tower of Storms. I assume you know where that's at. But working Smith and Albina and I and Violent Seftis, I guess.
Why is Seftis so violent?
Silent.
Oh, silent.
I mean,
also thought you
oh,
said
also
violent.
I was like, why is Seftis violent now?
He's
Well,
I
always
didn't blow anybody up yet.
Well, he could have done a slip of the tongue because he definitely, that one murder that one time randomly for no real reason.
We don't talk
Anyhow.
about the murder.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we don't talk about the murder.
Times 2 now.
Murder? What are you talking about? There wasn't a murder. Anyways.
Anyhow, yes. Tower of Storms. He's captive. We all mostly feel like we should try and go get him and give these folks a rest for a day.
Me will look at Brax and be like, is the thing you told me about by chance near the Tower of Storms?
Aye, it is.
It's on the coast.
Perfect!
Amazing.
Me claps his
stones,
hands
one bird.
together. I'm all for it. However, we have to go also stop cultists from raising a ship of undead.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Aluna would just heavy sigh and it's always the cultists and expects nothing less at this point.
So, as much like you said, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or I guess 1 bird, 1 undead bird. And it's complicated. Regardless, we'll solve both issues.
Okay.
Yes, it seems like we're all agreed. Just now or in the morning, I suppose. I've told Lanine I'd let her know.
If we get a head start, we can easily leave the common folk here to know that they're not going to blow up for the night. He goes ahead and starts chuckling to himself as he says that.
Yes. It might, as Lanine suggested, aid towards our reputation to bring someone back alive.
He sits there for a moment and ponders, and he goes, wait, then who's going to keep the dead child preserved for...
10 days.
It's good for 10 days.
He doesn't know this. You
True.
think he paid attention during that? He doesn't know magic. He came back from the dead, and he still doesn't know how that works.
10 days, I'm sure. What? Zelene and Tobin. Oh my goodness. Now these 2 names are nearly the same. We'll look after her. Or not Tobin. I don't even know any more.
Tobin, Stonehill, and Zelene Varnaster will definitely look over their surrogate daughter.
I was thinking someone else for a second.
Well, there we go. Problem solved. I say let's go for it. I'm waiting for Iluna to be like, wow, he's really enthusiastic about this because he did not inform her that he plans on overtaking the ship of undead.
Because we didn't tell her about that.
Yup. So let's go
as you help
save.
Some cultists. That's all that I'm concerned about.
Let's go kill us some cultists. Get one of the whale jizzers back or whatever they're called.
That's definitely not what it is, but I mean, I don't want to correct you.
Oh, I'm aware.
I mean, close enough. I mean, right now, Iluna feels like their reputation is trashed. So
Remember when he was hyper focused on Ale? He's now hyper focused on an undead crew. He could care less about anything else right now.
Mm.
I mean, you like just the touch out of Iluna's head. You told her cultist, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
He doesn't care that you may not have told her everything, because that's just also seems to be the way. So,
This is the way.
This is the way.
Damn
Damn it! I was hoping Smith would join that one.
This is the way.
There it
Thank you,
is.
Smith.
I saw him on mute.
So I was so waiting
All
for
right.
his.
Let's go. Me goes ahead and slams the rest of his ale, tosses a gold coin towards Brax, and looks at you and says, all right, let's go.
wait,
I thought these drinks were free.
They are, but I'm at least giving him some money for information. And me looks at Eileen and goes, nah, it's fine. We went ahead and talked it out. He's good now. He's trusted, especially if we're leaving. We can't have him shackled.
While we leave, I don't care what. Lenine might not let him leave without this.
You minor illusion some shackles on yourself.
Yeah. I
I mean, yeah. he
There
might
we
as well
go.
use some shackles.
There we go. Tomato, tomato. Let's go.
Just all out of game. Are we interested in leaving right now at night or in the evening?
Me is
Well, in the
100%
morning.
ready to leave
So
right
in
this second.
Okay.
I want my staff before we leave, though.
Oh,
well, then
absolutely. Me's getting the staff of power before we leave. What do you think I was going to steal tonight?
Oh. Money?
That
Iluna
too.
will walk ahead of them and just head straight to Lenine and Asdalor, and they can do their show of he's still shackled to the best of their abilities.
I have a really good deception.
As we're just walking up, me is just gesturing you straight towards the door to walk him outside and be like, "Heh." And that's all he's doing. He's going to wait for everybody outside so me doesn't have to keep the minor illusion up for too long.
Okay. So you guys head upstairs. You said you were heading over to Lenine and Asdalor.
Yeah, we need his staff.
Yep.
Obviously. I don't know what he can do without his staff.
Me's in like a really good mood. He walks outside with the shackled you and
Isn't there like the back door? There was a back door when we fought those lightning things.
There was indeed.
why would
when
I
he
go out
said
the
he-
back door?
You would go to the back door.
But yes, there is a back door.
Anyhow, I'm just trying to
I mean,
let her know. I
Okay.
wasn't going out the back door. I was
Okay.
just thinking when he said he went outside, that he went out quickly. But if he went through the whole thing,
Yep.
he would have to pass a lot of people.
Yeah. So basically, Bax comes up. He heads back behind the bar. Let's see where he had him back in
Me's
here.
just gonna go ahead and yell over to Iluna and be like, "We'll be waiting for you outside. Make sure you get all of his tools since we're going on a rescue mission." And just walks outside.
Yeah. So
You skipping rescue mission.
As I'm walking outside, Lucas, I want to pan the room real fast and see if I notice Havlin.
Oh,
or
my.
Halvin.
Havlin the halfling?
Yes.
You do not.
Okay.
He goes around making himself invisible, though.
Well, he absolutely does, but that's why I just wanted to pan the room real fast, because him and I have a mutual respect for each other.
Guess I should probably make it a little dim light there.
Yeah, I have it specifically in my notes that I sparred with him and stole with him.
That's right. And if that isn't just, what it's all about, right?
Yep.
Right.
Honor among thieves.
That's right.
Insert Wizards of the Coast movie here.
All right. Yeah, so the two of you skip on through this place. The rest of you guys see Iluna, me, and you walking out from the back door. Bax coming out. Bax is a little bit, rosier in the cheeks now, as he's had a few to drink, and starts pouring some more ale for the townsfolk. You see, as you see these three come out, me and you make their way out to the front. You skipping and singing a little tune, as Iluna is heading over to speak with Lenine and Asdalor.
I just was letting you know that we're probably heading out now-ish.
At this hour?
It seems there's more going on at that tower. It's more than worth investigating, aside from a missing band member.
I see. Well,
But someone here may know rumors.
I see. Well, be safe then. And are you planning to return in the morning? Are you returning this evening? Are we leaving without you tomorrow morning? What is the case?
We still want to make you sure you have safer travel towards Lylon.
So then we are waiting for you.
Can you wait for a message from Albina?
I mean, who Sal even have?
What's that?
I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I don't know if, depending on what we are, I might not be able to message.
Yeah, that's what I said it kind of tentatively, like
for sending.
No, I just mean like if we go there, I would suggest. I was gonna say I would suggest us maybe if we don't get back by noon, just tell them to go without us.
I see.
Just in case.
I see, says the blind man.
Well, I don't know. We didn't discuss all this. Maybe we should have. Really need.
I thought I was right there with you. I'm sorry.
You were in the kitchen. I mean, unless you.
No, I came out.
She came out to eat. Yeah.
Okay. If you saw me come up and you would be part of the conversation, that's more than welcome, because it's incredibly helpful. So if you would suggest to them noon.
Yeah, I would suggest noon, and if anything changes and if I'm able to, I can message you before then, if I'm in a good position. Or us as the team, I should say.
we require his staff.
I figured as much as you might say that. Understand I do not give this back lightly.
I'm not
The
asking for it lightly.
the townsfolk, as you are aware, are, hesitant of him at this current moment, and I'm aware that this is what he draws a lot of his, or this is how he channels his powers. So I need your word, as you seem to be the one that speaks for this group, other than the loudmouth goblin.
How rude.
He's opinionated.
Yes, I understand that, and I'm fine with being, knowing what you want and sticking to that, but I need your word that should I give this back to you and you give it to him, that we will not have an incident like we did, because I've put a lot of trust in your party. And I do not want that broken by rogue agents.
No. It won't happen again.
Okay. She nods and looks over at Asdalor. Asdalor hesitantly hands it over to you.
Thank you.
By the way, I
appreciate the trust in
Mhm.
as best as you can manage it.
By the way, I do want to say I'm only slightly disappointed that neither Jared nor Aaron, when I said we don't need rogue agents, said, but he's a warlock.
I chuckled. But I know what you mean, Aaron, to say, but I'm a warlock. I mean, to go, yeah I'm the rogue.
I had a
But I wasn't in the
passing
room.
thought, but he's not a rogue.
Why are we yelling?
Yeah. All right, so...
But I just didn't.
So you now have his staff of power. So
I also love how they claim that's his, where he gets his power from. When isn't it all it does is give you fireball?
Pretty much.
It gives him a lot more than that. He just mainly uses it for fireball. It's a lot like Smith's Staff of Fire, where Smith has his own spells, but you're better off using the staff while you can.
Yeah, I used it once for lightning something or another, and I hit
Luna.
Luna, yeah.
That's right.
That was great, Dave.
That was.
She's gonna use it and just hit you with.
That was one of the best.
Hellish Rebuke.
We're not having inter-party conflict.
Yeah, no PvP. I put my
Oh,
foot down on
don't hit
PvP.
me! Don't hit me with my staff.
Don't hit you with your own staff.
PvP.
No, don't hit me with your lightning bolts. Careful.
It was
All right.
unintentional.
Yeah.
I was
at
laying
least I
on the
didn't
ground.
die.
I
I did get zapped though.
I load my crossbow with a black dragon acid bolt, and I aim it at Iluna.
Oh God! Yeah, no, we're not doing this. So, Iluna, do you take that out and give it to you?
I gather the rest of us.
Yeah, that would say I didn't know what you all were doing.
First, are we? Oh yes, I keep thinking. I don't know why. I keep thinking Albina's still in the kitchen. You made that clear already, but gather the rest of us and say, are we good for going right now?
How do you?
Me is
Me and you are
highly
outside.
highly enthusiastic.
What's got them so hyper?
We're going on a trip to slaughter some occults.
I guess she would just.
I mean, I wouldn't know that, right? So
whisper
I just assume
cultist.
like.
Like, I feel like she would have tried to usher us somewhere, which would be probably hard to find
Do
privacy.
you want to head outside? Do you want to
Yes,
like gather
please.
everyone outside?
Usher you outside before I say much else.
I'm just gonna
But
tug her.
I don't need to shout
sleeve.
cultists to like
That's fine.
60 people who are
Yeah,
already terrified.
you guys can head out to where the look at that. There's all those undead bodies that were there.
Oh my.
I didn't do it.
You guys can head out to where the little fight between Havlin and me took place.
They all go outside and just see them surrounded by dead bodies. We can explain.
By the way,
Wait,
I love how you still use his like undercover name instead of his real name that he told you was Milo.
Can I say Iluna gives Lenine, like, I don't know how many gold it would cost to feed these people. Personally, would Iluna be able to guess?
Hi, Hannah.
Let me see here. So, a meal. So there's roughly about. I think there was roughly about 50 people, like 40 to 50 people left. So.
Hi, Hannah.
It would cost it would cost about 5 gold for the day, because even though you're staying at a place that is like comfortable, if like modest, if not comfortable, because they're having to like really portion out food for this many people, it's more like poor food. So you're looking at roughly like 5 to 6 copper. So I'm just gonna round that up to a silver. So that's gonna end up being about like 4 or 5 gold a day.
Just give them 10 gold
per meal.
That's
per meal.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I said per day, but I meant per meal.
I would aim, and plus beds, rooms.
Yeah, to stay is going to be 5 silver per person. So, hold on, let me see here. I got 6 silver times, I'm gonna say 45. We're just gonna split the difference. 27 gold total. That's 1 meal. 27 gold for 1 meal and 1 night stay.
I guess I'll just round it up to 30, and hopefully it covers. I already gave I actually took it out like 2 or 3 gold, so that should also just round it up for two meals, 1 night.
Okay.
Okay, I need to take 30 out of somewhere.
Right, yeah, you hand Lenine the 30 gold. She nods, says, oh, thanks. I was hoping we wouldn't have to take it out of the town's coffers. We're already running a bit dry.
This is more than the very least we should do.
Bullshit.
What we should do less.
Before you head out, she looks at you and says, "Please be safe. I really don't need more bodies on this trip. I've lost a lot in the last week, and I don't need more."
Be as safe as we can.
Please.
And gives her a squeeze of her hand, and I don't know. I want to say she finds not Maggie, she's dead.
Yes, she is.
Thistle and them, and tries to give them a quick wave or hug or something, depending how crowded everything is.
Yeah, you see Elmar, Barthin, Ander, and Thistle. They're over at one of the tables. There's probably about like a dozen people crammed around this small cluster of tables in here. I know only have these little NPC tokens and whatnot, but there's like all the bar stools have been pulled together. There's just people like kneeling or standing. The room's pretty much full.
Right. She would just say, "We have to help. The bard is gone, but Lenine is still here, and she's gonna help take care of all of you. And you've got food and beds for the night and tomorrow.
Just be safe. Just be safe as you can.
It's our #1 priority."
I'll see you in the morning.
Maybe in the afternoon.
Hopefully. See, she's kind of lamenting the idea of somebody leaving.
But, like, not long ago, Iluna expected to get a full night's sleep here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just say goodbye type things, and the band to say, "We're gonna try and find him right now."
To thank you for that. I'm hoping that you are able to find him. Then looks over at you and says, "Yes, and if you are not, if your friend is able to send that message to us, if the worst is to come, let us know so we can say our piece and move on if it is the worst of the worst."
We'll do our best. Magic's limited.
Yeah. Good luck, and thank you so much. You see, between the two of them, they pull out 5 gold, and they hand it to you. "It is not much that we have, but we want to offer it to you for helping our friend."
She would just direct them to Lenine. They need it more.
I understand. Then I would give it to her.
It is a generous gesture.
All right. So everybody meets outside. Is there anything anybody wants to do before you guys start heading west?
I start drawing in the dirt.
I wanted to ask, out of game, how it feels like we're gonna skip a long rest.
Yeah, it almost seems like you guys are pushing on through
like that.
from a day's worth of travel. Granted, most of you not on your own feet, so I'm not holding that against you. But yeah, you guys potentially are going to be fighting into the wee hours of the night, considering it's going to take you about 4 hours to get out there.
Yeah,
you can set up a camp. It'll be fine.
We also have this lovely
trial
run of Potion of Rest. I forget how many I have right now. I think at this point I should have 6.
I don't know why everyone's so worried. I'm at full HP. I didn't get hit by the wyvern. I didn't even walk. I've been riding with my good friend in the front of the wagon.
I'm down 1 spell slot. I'm missing my staff.
Well, you'll have your staff in a moment. But just sort of out of game, trying to let everyone know that exists and to remind our DM that I might want to use them. So, however that
my understanding is that you have 3 of them.
But I was making. Has it not been 2 days? For
You attempted to make 3 of them. You broke the one. You messed up the other, and you have one. that was being mixed together that very morning. So it's still going to be another 2 days.
Not 4.
Correct.
I was aiming to get 6 of them. Anyhow, so just letting you know, I might put them as an option, because they would give us the long rest effect. So spell slots.
So you have 2 proper ones, which give you a long rest effect in 4 hours. And then you have the excellent one, which gives you a long rest effect in 1 hour.
Okay. So
I might want the long rest one in 1 hour to hold on to if we get to a point where I need to message back to, and we're like, if we're all used up. But as someone needs it right now, that's fine. I can hold off.
No, it's I wasn't like offering in game just now. I was trying to get Lucas's
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, knowing that I might use them.
You guys can take a short rest before you go. I mean, that's an option. Like, short rest is a thing. You know, that would allow, for example, would allow for Smith to recover up to a combined level of 5 spell slots. So considering he used a first, a second, and a fourth in the fight against the Wyverns, he could recover either his first and second, or a 4th level and one of his other 2. It would also get back any Warlock slots if you use them, because Warlocks get stuff back on a short rest. So keep that in mind. Like, you guys can rest for an hour.
I think that'd be a good idea to get a
we
short rest.
technically had a short rest after the Wyverns, and both we got the
that's true. That's true. Yes,
did
yes,
anyone like update their stuff? I know I did, and
no,
I tried to.
Didn't. Did
you
we?
would have had a short rest. The travel from the Wyvern attack to the inn. Yeah, it would have
like
been.
Messages. It's a couple messages up in P5 chat.
I don't know if I did, but I don't have many. I just have one spell slot not used.
If you haven't, go ahead and pop a short rest right now, everyone.
Oh.
I don't remember pushing that button, so I'm gonna just do it.
I don't know if I did or not.
Yeah. So Meg said,
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Should I just do it?
Yeah. Click
I'm
short
not
rest. Yeah, click short rest, because even if you didn't, you have full hit points right now, so it's not a big deal. But again, you can also you would be able to recover your like I said, either a 4th, like you could recover any 2 of your spells.
Well, we figured this out.
Or
I'm going
2 of your
to
spell slots.
use
But
the
that's
rest
only
row.
Smith, right?
All right, Jared. And yes, I believe Iluna does, I believe Albina does not get any of her spell casting or her slots back until she finishes a long rest.
Oh, okay. Then I don't think it matters for me. I pretty much was good though on health and everything. I was gonna say, and I don't know. I tried to fix my audio because I was trying to say it, but I don't think anyone heard me. And then I disconnected and tried to connect again. But when Iluna and Lenine finished talking, as we're like walking out the door, I'm kind of just gonna tug on Iluna's sleeve and just be like, "How exactly do you expect him to behave, or how are you gonna make that happen?" before giving him his staff. But just like kind of not really under my breath, just like whisper it to her so that Lenine doesn't hear that. But yeah, as we're walking out the door.
I don't know, Iluna just feels like she put her reputation on the line intentionally.
No, I did. Albina was just kind of got a kick out of it because she feels that me and you are unpredictable.
Very much so.
So I didn't know if you had something up your sleeve that you were trying to.
No, as a group, we'll make a decision.
All right.
We just need to get on the road. But like
on the road again.
In Iluna's head, she put her own reputation on the line. That's just what she did to go rescue this dude.
Gotcha.
Like, sure, he probably won't do it again.
in the middle of my game.
All right.
You can stay in here. Just don't make any noise.
Who?
My nephew.
I don't say niece or nephew.
Oh,
An
okay.
invisible person. It's on camera. That's how you know who's there.
Yep.
No, I didn't see him at first, and I thought he was talking to the dog. I was like, "What are you saying to that doggy?"
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, my dog can't talk. That's right.
You can stay in here, but don't make any noise.
Taught the
Put on
dog to be
SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, were we
Ah.
officially having a short rest at like now? Because I rolled
No,
die
it's
before.
just more the mechanical aspect. I don't think anybody
Well, that's-
actually mechanically pushed through a short rest. So
except me. So
yes.
that's why I was asking. I'm 4 hit points short. That's all. If we did another short rest after, mechanically, I would roll more hit die. That's basically.
I mean, you can roll another. You can roll another hit die.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue if you want to pop another hit die. That's fine. It was just taking me a minute. I need to have like a handful of maps. So. All right. Give me just 1 second because I still needs to pull up some things. So.
Okay.
I saw him pick it up and I'm like, ooh, gotta wait for it. Also, look at my message I sent you.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, what? Wait, what? What message? I don't to who?
In general.
What does that mean? You're not saying anything.
We're waiting for Jared, or you and your maps.
We are waiting for Jared.
I'm trying to remember if there's something that needed to be done or said that I didn't do.
Nope. I am just trying to get something ready. So. Yeah, like I said, I just have a lot of stuff over on my side, and I'm just trying to make sure I get everything correct. Okay.
It's just some undead. It'd be fine.
It'll be fine, they said. Why is...
Hold on. Okay, give me 1 second, everyone. Why did that happen? Oh, Discord shut down. All right, Aaron.
Like, we're all like,
okay,
he's in the other
yeah,
room.
I'm going to momentarily mute the output. What do you mean? Okay, you don't have, like, you could use prestidigit. The only thing I will say is that you could use prestidigitation to, like, I guess, I don't know, like, it's I don't know. I would say because you're a pirate, we could maybe argue that you can prestidigitate, like, an insignificant amount of water somewhere, because it's like a harmless sensory effect such as a shower of sparks, puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor. So, like, like, I guess you could argue that you could, like, you know, make someone's ear feel wet. All right, we're going back over. All right, I'm back. You didn't miss much because
Dragged along to
I dragged him over to the
places.
other room, and on top of that, Discord also crashed while I was trying to do that. So that's why I disappeared.
Is it pertaining to the message that I see from Aaron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a response to that, but continue.
Like I said, I just didn't. Okay,
My response is do it.
Camera.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. I'm eating.
so
Aaron, I replied to you. You should look at that.
that's probably more than 10 pounds of force. All right, so you guys are all outside the wayside. You guys are going to start your journey over west, correct?
I mean, I was gonna give him his staff, but I wasn't gonna just like hand it over.
Sure, go ahead.
How are you going to give it to me if you're not just going to hand it over?
Oh my goodness. Iluna just wants to say something and make sure everyone like gets Smith and Septis and Hannah. Because I'm guessing me is totally cool with him having his staff back.
Who the heck's Hannah?
I'm
It requires 50 pounds or more. I just Googled it.
Who is this new girl? She sounds
I don't know.
hideous.
An Albina. Sorry.
There you go.
I get their thoughts and say what happened is obviously horrible. But we all lose our cool sometimes. Just us magic users, or those more powerful than others, need to learn how to rein it in. I remember in my past when I was more powerful than someone before I even had magic. But now is more important to keep it under wraps. Just one thing from any of us could severely harm or kill someone. We all know this. And look at Albina and Smith and Septis and say, this isn't just my decision, and holds the staff to get their input.
I mean,
How much did you pay for that thing? You?
See, that's the thing. We don't talk
yes,
about
Pretty
that.
penny.
Yeah, we paid for it.
We don't talk about that.
You wouldn't know because
Okay,
I
as
got
long
it
as
for him.
it's not a gift, because
No.
I don't like holding people's gifts from them.
Yeah, it was a gift from my mother.
Oh. Oh no. You okay
From
over there, me?
Karen.
What did you guys do down in that basement?
Out of game, I just love how he instantly goes, yeah, no, it's not a gift. I mean, actually, it's a gift from my deceased mother.
Anyhow, what Eileen is unconcerned if it was a gift, although understands what Albina's getting at. But do any of us have an opposition?
Well,
for
what do
him
you have
having
to
it
say
back?
for yourself, you?
Me is sorry.
Okay. Just so we're clear.
Me standing there, and he thinks for a moment, and then he nods and he goes, "Yeah, I am sorry for them having to deal with you."
Well, then it's settled. You'll behave yourself?
Yes.
There's realistic
Very
but
convincing.
small chance that they might want to try you. They probably won't result in that. But we've got a reputation to fix, and we're not going to do that standing around. And she just kind of hands it to him in a, I don't know, a sharp and fast action. Just
Literally just, here, take it, throws it out of his
yeah,
head.
not quite that intense, but like, yes.
He hits you
here,
with it directly
take
in the chest. Use hellish rebuke.
He doesn't do it to his own party.
She, but let's go. Like, let's go. I
On
like
the
none
flying
of
carpet.
on the. Yeah, why can't we use one of them horses and just use my magic horseshoes? I'm gonna steal one.
Don't you have your horseshoes on a horse already?
No, at some point I'm sure I took it off.
Pretty sure you never took it off.
Yeah, I said last session I asked about them.
She did.
Oh. I was in
Also
trouble.
said
so I
she's
don't
going to
know.
burn his name into the rug just to annoy Smith.
But he puts an F instead of PH accidentally.
Just do
So
what
it's-
somebody I knew did. They cut off the legs of a horse and attached it to themselves to get the benefit of the magic horseshoes.
I remember that. That was bad. Wait, you were there for that?
I joined later in the game and they had to explain to me why he had horse legs tied to his legs.
Oh God.
I forgot you played in that campaign.
Yeah.
He played his very first character. I think his name was Ravenous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
What are you two rambling on about? What kind of game is this?
There was this was back,
had.
it was my very first campaign, the one that I made so many mistakes as a DM, and one of the mistakes that I made was that I gave Justin the horseshoes of the Zephyr. He took them, put them on a horse, and they started riding. And in one encounter, there was a group of gray guards out in a field, and the party ambushed them. In the process, the horse died. So instead of taking the horseshoes off, Justin, being the chaotic lunatic that he is, simply cut the horse's hooves off and strapped those to the bottom of his feet, because it says in the item description, while all four shoes are affixed to the hooves of a horse or similar creature, they allow the creature to move normally while floating 4 inches off the ground. So by raw, as long as they are affixed to the hooves of a horse, they float off the ground 4 inches. So he used these to float around.
Oh, I'm sure the
Smart,
stench
not
was
harder.
horrible.
And there was
rotting.
it really.
On his
Oh yeah, it was gross. And really, the only point that it truly came into play was at one point they had to cross the desert of the shifting sands, and there was a place that they had to climb up to that was it was like difficult terrain because of all the sand. They were sinking into it, and he wasn't, because he was floating 4 inches above the ground. Because it even says
Remember
in the
that because you forgot about his levitation when he told you. You were so fucking pissed.
yeah. I was like, everybody needs to make dexterity saves. It's like, why? And it's like, because you guys are starting to sing in the sand. He's like, I float 4 inches off the ground. I was like, fuck. At that point, he also had the statue that let him summon goats too.
So, floating off the ground, summoning goats, rotting
Yeah.
horse.
He
Well,
also,
Oh, it was
Walruses.
beautiful.
he also had the skull of somebody. I can't remember who it actually was
Zippy.
in the campaign. Well, he called it Zippy.
Yes. Nope,
But
it
it
is.
was-
That's the name. It's
It was
Zippy.
the skull. It was the skull of somebody, and he called him Zippy. and that was like he was like it was like a possessed skull. Oh, God.
Oh.
What chaos. All right, so with that resolved, you guys can start heading west. Who is leading the party to the shore?
Me.
Because you will be making a survival check. All right. Go ahead. What did you actually? Oh, you know what? I never brought up the dice roller on my side.
I wasn't saying you as in me. I was saying me as in Jared.
Oh. Okay. Well, whoever is guiding the party to
I rolled
the
a 5.
All right, so you guys start to follow me and you, and who are marching ahead gleefully. You guys get maybe about 15 minutes into the march. After that time, you guys start to come out to a break in the trees, and then you realize that you are walking towards the Wayside Inn. You walked in a big circle for about 15-20 minutes.
So somebody that
I'll lead.
Okay.
Out loud.
Go ahead and make a survival check.
as she goes to lead, May links arms with you and continues skipping.
Yep.
But
Okay.
like anime, she's gonna wrap a rope around them and just kind of tug them along.
It's understandable.
With
Yeah, you do that. I have a
anime
trick in my sleeve for it.
above.
Sorry, what are you saying,
survival?
Stacy?
I don't know
Yes,
anymore.
yes.
We want
A
to go in the
survival
right
check.
direction.
All right, so you guys start to trek on through the forest.
I
You're
was trying to stay with
starting.
anime above so she can
Yeah.
keep some eye.
This is what I was gonna say. So you guys start to trek through the forest. You get a good couple miles in. As you're I didn't mean to move that pin. You guys get a good few hours in, like about 3 hours or so. And then you start to, you start to realize, like, after a bit, that you are walking kind of in circles. You're somewhere, you've been traveling for about 3 hours or so. So you're somewhere between where you were and where you're going.
What? Isn't that just always how it works?
Well, again, you figure you should be about an hour away, but you've started to notice that you're going in circles because you're seeing, like, the same rock multiple times.
Hey, you guys remember that rock that looks like a frog over there? Yeah.
Ribbit.
Nope.
I remember I called it
Is
ribbit
it just
in the
me?
head.
No, me's with me.
I will say that anime gives Iluna the heads up that you guys have kind of veered off course a few times. So have Stacy go ahead and have anime make a perception check.
So perception, it's
It's wisdom, so it'd be D20 plus 2. Yes.
well, she just went blind for a second.
Yeah, so anime goes to fly up. She basically says that that she's gonna go get an aerial view and try and get you guys back on course. She flies up, and as she does, she goes through some tree branches and doesn't realize that she gets caught up in this this cluster of tree sap that is now covering her eyes as she tumbles back to the ground in front of you. Iluna's eye, or sorry, not Iluna, Anime's eyes are now covered, like her entire face is covered in this extra sticky sap.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, you can cast that.
I cast that to clean her up.
All right.
Let me try this.
So-
again. What happened?
I
can
walk.
went to
Sticky.
fly up and I got a bit off track and I flew into the side of a tree. There was a big cluster of sap there. Let me try again.
Just out of game. Can I use inspiration on anime with stuff like that? I never really.
If you want to risk your own, yes.
But like, well, huh? It would use. I only have one inspiration.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if you want to use your own for her, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was asking. If generally, I was considering it then, but I just thought it was kind of funny.
Nah, just
It seemed over the top to use it then. But maybe we
Alright.
can try again away from these trees.
Okay. You have her. If you have her head back up, roll me another perception check for her.
I imagine how.
Good.
I imagine while this is happening, you and me are just both skipping in a circle.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so she is able to fly up through the trees and is able to get you at least in the right direction. Go ahead and make another survival check, Stacy.
Oh wait, this one's my own.
Yes.
see.
Well, that one's quite nice.
All right. So, as you guys continue on, you figure that it took you guys about a little more than an hour to, or I mean, sorry, a little more than the 4 hours you thought it would take to get there. Because as you are arriving, you figure it's close to midnight now.
Who's midnight?
I'm sorry, what?
Who left?
I don't know.
Smith.
Smith. Oh.
He's had enough.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm leaving too.
Yeah.
But we've made it to the shore.
Yes. So as you guys start to get closer, you begin to hear the sound of the ocean now roaring in the distance to the west. The smell of salt in the air starts to get heavier and heavier, and you're noticing that there is now more sand kind of inlaid a little bit closer into where the trees are. It doesn't take you long, though, before you break through the tree line and get a sight to behold not far from where you are. So just below the high cliff that hugs the coastline, an outcropping of rocks is nearly surrounded by water, with only a narrow causeway connecting it to the beach below. Atop this outcropping is a stone building surmounted by a lighthouse. As you get there, the moon is high in the sky. This evening, it is a full moon.
Oh, wrong campaign.
What? How?
No, I was thinking, full moon. Wait, nope, different campaign.
Yeah.
Isn't it days?
Sorry,
away from
full
the
moon fading. Full moon fading. Sorry, my apologies. Full moon fading. I was looking at the wrong one. So the moon is still very bright in the sky. So it is providing a dim light to everything below it, but not bright enough that you can't see an eerie green light that pulses from the beacon of the lighthouse, shining westward towards the sea. With each pulse of light, you hear, almost within your core being, the thump of a slow beating heart. Near this, I'm going to put up a picture, by the way. Near this, further up the coast, from your vantage point, you are able to see something else. An armored dreadnought made from metal and bones, rests on a rocky outcrop in the bay. As you see this, flames leap from a brazier mounted to its main mast, and its ragged sails are stitched from worn leather. Barbaric half-orcs, you can kind of tell, patrol its deck. The other thing that you are able to make out is a giant skeleton clutching a halberd lashed to the bow. And on the shore, over a dozen zombies sit impaled on stakes set into the rocks surrounding the vessel.
So what?
I look
That's
at me.
dibs.
Oh, no, I don't even know what a
I look at you.
is.
And I'm like, is that what we're looking for?
He nods. He goes, I'm assuming so. Chip, guy. I think that's everything we need. We just have to go take care of it now.
Iluna would just look at you, ship. You missed that part out.
Well,
Well, we
well.
can't miss something out if we never told.
I think, didn't he just say, isn't that what we're looking for?
He was saying that to
Oh.
me.
Secretly,
Only-
like really quiet.
No,
No,
I mean, two birds with one stone. You wanted to save them. I knew where
no,
the
stones with one
undead.
bird.
Yeah. You wanted to save the guy. I had some information where the guy was due to connections that I can't disclose because I told him that I would keep it private, but he's not going to hurt anyone because he doesn't associate with them anymore. But regardless, there's the
Regardless.
ship, there's the person. We just got to take out the cultist.
Great.
Problem solved.
And then we'll
Yeah.
have a boat.
No,
And
for that
me and you
way.
will have a boat.
we will have a boat to take the child to the island. I see this as an absolute win.
Her name was Maggie. And yes, let's go.
For what it's worth, like I said, you guys are kind of like up on a top precipice. So I'm gonna. What did that do?
Not what you wanted it to.
Yeah, it didn't do anything. So I'm gonna put up the I'm gonna put up a big map. But I like you guys kind of have your choice of where exactly you guys want to go first. So
Yeah, seems like you described a few options.
yes, there's a bit going on, obviously. All right, so this might be a lot for you guys to load up.
Nope.
But
That's if it
so
loads.
We had a big map last time.
yeah, this is also
Oh
a bit of a
my.
big map. Yeah. So, like I said, you guys are kind of up on this like rocky outcropping where you are able to look down on this. You realize that you can go down this path that leads to the lighthouse, but to get over to where the ship is, you would either have to walk further up the beach and come down towards the ship, or you could walk down to the beach further to the south, go under this kind of stony bridge leading to the lighthouse, or you could just try and climb down here on this stony bridge leading to the lighthouse.
We could walk.
Do you have line of sight on? Because I just see
How
darkness
high
and our
up
characters.
is
Thank you.
the water from the bridge?
Oh, let me pull that up.
Are you thinking of diving into the water to make it to the beach?
I'm a turtle. I do what I want.
Well, we all, and I think Iluna would remind that we can, aside from use ability to do water breathing or whatever he does,
Yeah, I slap everyone with seaweed every morning.
There's the Hassan's favor, I think, or something tied to him.
I'm gonna say
breathe.
where you guys are. You are about 20 feet off from the water, so it's a very sharp drop down.
At first, I couldn't see us on this map until I saw the bright colors.
And where's the
The
ship?
bottom.
I'm sorry.
If you go to the very north, it's a big map.
It's a big map.
Okay, let me zoom out. Sorry.
Yeah. We're
Oh,
clustered
there it
colors
is.
by the time you
Wow,
zoom
that's a
out.
beautiful map.
Yeah,
I
this
love
is
it.
believe me, this
It's
is not the
gorgeous
map
map.
we will be using for like movement and stuff. This is more just the grand scope. That other one was more the atmospheric. I actually have individual maps that we'll use for this because it makes things a lot easier.
Is it
Pretty.
how far down is it from like here to
20.
the beach?
Oh.
To the
20?
beach, 20 feet.
Yeah, I thought that's.
So if I
Steep
expend
drop.
2 ghost step tattoo charges, can I just turn into a ghost and phase through the ground and get there? Because my movement speed is 30 and it's difficult terrain. That would be 15, so I would have to expend 2 charges
What?
to go the full 30.
Well,
use the carpet and just.
I mean, considering that falling is, I don't know if when you go ghost.
It would be essentially I go through the ground and pop out near the
true.
beach on the ground.
Yeah, I would say you only need to use 1 because, like I said, it's more
Is
like
it-
falling, if anything.
Is it 300 feet from where we're standing? Or is it more?
20 feet.
300 feet where?
No, the boat, sorry.
Oh, up to there is. Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know if this. I don't have this map sized up properly. Give me 1 second.
Balls of fire.
Come on, damn it.
I didn't do it.
Because if we can all water breathe, I can just redirect the flow of the water and we all just
Well, that's sort of
get
what
into the
I was
water.
thinking. And you said
Okay, that's
On the-
pretty close.
boat there were half orcs or something.
Yes.
And we didn't see any particular living beings or any beings on the lighthouse.
On the lighthouse, roll me a perception check.
That is a good idea.
I wish I thought of it. Not really.
Mine's a 20 to start. Oh, wow.
Oh, no, my
Man, I
screen.
see everything. And then some extra.
Yeah, that's a nat 20. So
Hey,
Iluna,
right?
you peer over there, and very quickly are able to make out what you denote as some kind of winged creatures sitting in these nests along the cliff of the lighthouse.
It's all black. I saw
Did
your
you
little
take line of
dot,
sight
though.
away again?
No?
Okay, it came back.
Oh, wait, maybe
don't
I did.
know.
There you go.
So where did I see?
You saw them like right along this coast where
There's,
those
like-
nests are.
Yeah.
There are like humanoid creatures with
Nests.
large wings.
Oh my goodness.
And that's what you make
I
out. You
thought
make
they
out
were-
that these are like nests up in there.
Okay, well, I'll let everyone know that they're nests and humanoid creatures with wings. And whatever they look like. Have any of you seen a creature that looks like this before?
Go ahead and roll a survival check. Or actually, we'll say do it. You can either do nature or history.
Wait, us or her? I'm so confused. Sorry.
Well, I
Anyone.
asked if I described winged humanoid.
Nature
creatures
or
that would
survival?
exist.
Nature or survival, because nature is recalling lore about plants and animals,
And then
but
survival,
history can be anything within your own capacity.
Fuck you, Smith.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You
Oh.
said nature or history? Because I just rolled survival. I'm so sorry.
Nature or history, yeah. So we'll just take whatever the
Well,
role
my
you
survival
have
is the same as
Okay, yeah, it's just wisdom. Okay, okay.
Ooh, I get inspiration. Okay.
You do,
Why
so
is
does
somebody
Smith.
rolling at 20s? Faster.
All right.
I was gonna say
So,
I have an inspiration. So for them from yeah,
From
we
your
didn't
turn,
have
actually.
But
we didn't
I
have
don't
a
know.
long rest though.
Right, so you
I
don't
thought it was
lose your
every
inspiration.
session that it
no, it's not
restarted.
every session. It's
Not
every
every
long
session.
rest.
Oh.
Every long
Oh, well,
rest.
Yeah.
I already have an inspiration. So someone
So
else
do
can take
I.
mine.
Okay.
I'll take one.
I'll give you mine, Steve.
His name
So
is Sep-
Aaron.
I have
so
been.
here's here's how this kind of plays out. You guys are standing over on the shoreline. You're looking out across this scene. Luna's trying to figure out what the hell is like around the lighthouse and what is on there, and it's taking you a minute. You're kind of straining your eyes, and that's when you realize what you're looking at, and you start to describe this to the rest of the party. They're these crap, here it is. So they're these, kind of like, the bodies, the legs and wings of a vulture, but with like the torso, arms, and head of a human. And when you start to describe this, Smith and Albina, the two of you have this almost instant recognition of this. From your time traveling before, when you were, Albina, it was when you were, a little bit younger, you were still learning how to use any of your skills and abilities as Smith was teaching you. You guys were out exploring some ruins along a cliffside and ran afoul of a cluster of harpies. These sadistic creatures that take pleasure and glee in suffering and death, that are always on the hunt for some prey, and that sing these beautiful songs that lure adventurers to their death, oftentimes drawing them near cliff sides so that they just walk off and fall to their death so that they can claim whatever lies at the bottom.
Oh my god.
I just look over and I'm like,
Yeah, I heard of
make
herpes,
eye
Mom.
contact with Smith. I just look at Smith. I'm just like, wait, are those what I think you remember?
Let's try to stay away from those guys.
It's nothing but an old mermaid pirate's tale. It's fine. Just ignore them.
Invisibility spell that you got is pretty nice.
We fought him off before. Is that what happened? What did he say?
You know what? You tell me. Did you attempt to fight them the last time? Or, like, seeing them, hearing the songs,
You probably protected me, and we probably went the opposite way, Smith.
I mean, you know what? Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. Both of you roll me a d20, and then I'll roll a d20, and we'll let that determine what happened.
Sounds like a plan.
Did either of you tell us what they are yet?
No, I just looked over at Smith so far.
Relay information.
All right, so I got an 8, Smith got a 12, and Albina got a 17. All right, so it kind of played out where you guys started to hear those between that were drawing you closer to the edge. But between the two of you, between Albina's stalwart wisdom, allowing you to kind of, forego being drawn to that, and Smith's intellect helping him discern, what he needs, that was present danger. You were not drawn to their songs, and thus did not have to engage with them, because you did feel, depending on how many there were back then, you would not have been a match for them.
Knowing what I know about these creatures, would I know if I have Oh, I'm not immune to being charmed. I just have advantage against being charmed. Never mind.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that your elven ancestry played a big role in that.
Okay.
Elena's still looking around, going.
So this one time when I was a kid, we had an encounter with those things. Luckily, we went the opposite way. Smith can tell you about it.
Aren't you still a kid?
When? What are they? What do you know about them?
They're harpies. They're not to be trifled with.
How?
You want me to just flood the ship, you guys?
How might we fight them if they come our direction? Is this just something you flee? What do they do to people?
How many are there? How many do we see?
There is at least one in each nest that you can see from here.
I was going to say which.
Fireball the nest.
I see him.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I just don't have them. It's
Okay.
those green dots over there.
Green dots.
I was going to say.
The four like lights that look like
Would me and you know anything about them just from traveling up and down the Swords Coast?
Okay.
I would say the legend of harpies definitely persists for most people, pirates especially. More that it's this beautiful song that just kind of entrances travelers, that has often led to scuttled ships, any people walking off of cliffs and stuff like that, or into bags, or into bogs. Into traps, into bogs and quicksand, deadly pits, stuff like that.
All right, me will basically just relay that information to them, going, listen, as soon as you start to hear their voice, just cover your ears, try to ignore them, fight as much as you can, or you're already a dead man as soon as they start singing. It's sunk whole crews and ships.
Can we protect our ears now? Can we make stuff?
What if we're in the
our ears
water?
now?
How much would that affect us?
Well, if you're in the water, you're practically dead. They're just going to drag you straight down to the abyss.
What?
With our water breathing. Where are you, you? Smack us with that seaweed.
The water breathing doesn't last forever.
I mean,
10 minutes, right?
That's 10 minutes of being dragged to the bottom of the ocean where the pressure will kill you before you run out of oxygen.
Not if I bring a wave.
I'll also give this knowledge and information free to the pirates. Sound moves faster in water than in the air, so it makes sounds kind of muffled, but they come from all around, so you actually don't know what direction you're being charmed from. It's wonderful when you're underwater dealing with harpies.
And plus, if you're underwater with the mermaids, you might as well just give up. That's their home territory. That's literally just saying, oh, I'm gonna go wrestle a crocodile in the middle of the swamp.
Gotcha.
I'm done.
Are you telling that to us as character? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I always get the impression that they weren't water creatures, though, flying ones.
There's difference between
Mermaids?
harpies, as in the lady with wings, and then there's the harpies, as in mermaids.
Yeah, but they have wings.
Well,
I'm confused.
what you're thinking of, Jared, is sirens.
Or yeah,
you're thinking of sirens.
Those are loud noises.
So these
regardless, you don't want to hear the song, or else you're doomed regardless, no matter what.
Can we protect?
Can we just flood that area?
Nope.
It won't matter. They'll just fly, and then congratulations, you have the water vibrating to their song.
Gotcha.
Why not just take the water away?
I could part it, but just trying to think of the best way that we can get to the ship.
Best way is to get to the ship and try to avoid the harpies.
Yeah.
I've never fought them, but I know the tales.
Do we need to go to the island? The guy said
What
he was on a ship.
I'm going to point up to the right side. What about that trail, you guys? Who wants to go for a walk? 20
What,
feet
towards
down.
the ship? Oh,
yeah. Like just along the ledge there.
Just heading up to the pirate ship.
But if we approach from the water, they might not see us. We could just walk right there.
Can't we swim invisibly, Smith? I look over at him. Eh?
May's just standing here going, I can literally get down there right now. I can get to that path right now.
Yeah. So can
The path beneath us? Can we just easily get there with a flying carpet?
yes.
Hop down, you mean? Just onto the carpet and then off?
Yeah, 2 or 3 at a time.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea too. I flex my arms and stretch them. Yeah, we don't need to jump into these spells right away.
But out of game again. Like, what are we trying to do here? Who are we looking for again? What's his name?
Turban,
That was
Carbon, Talbot, wait, hold on. The
Talbot.
womanizer. The womanizer.
Oh my
That's how I'm
goodness.
gonna say it.
We
Lucas,
have
I
to.
messaged you.
He's on the way the riddle was said because he was trying to hide his presence was he's on the ship near the Tower of Storms. We're at the storm tower and so forth. The ship's there. We basically have to get to the ship. We don't have to directly target the harpies. We can try to ignore them and try going stealthily and so forth.
Well, we can try, but I imagine there's harpies over there too. But we can try. I think
Correct.
we go that way.
Yeah, it's either we fight them now and deal with the consequences, or we try to avoid as much as we can and deal with the consequences later.
I want to be invisible,
Wait.
Smith.
So, in
Give
my
me a
head,
second.
he was on the ship,
Iggy?
but Lucas changed the words. Oh wait, he does say aboard the ship.
Aboard the ship, I sing my plea.
It's still the general.
Okay.
Aboard
I don't
the
know.
ship, I sing my
fine.
plea by Tower of
misread
Storms. Can't you see?
I don't know how I managed to misread it, but whatever.
That's why I'm assuming he's on
Scrying
the
on
ship.
him?
And we can avoid the harpies.
Yeah.
You want to try scrying on him?
Yeah. Because I can get like an idea of what's around him, right? With scrying, if it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you concentrate on somebody that you have met, and basically you create a sensor that appears within 10 feet of him.
Invisible sensor, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try that.
That's a level 4 spell, is that right? Oh, that's 5th.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's 5th because I got rid of that.
Vegan.
How about you just make us invisible, Smith?
Also, I have water walk. It's good for an hour. We can literally just, if we don't want to walk under the water, we can walk on it.
Just afraid that.
You mean breathe under it? I don't know how you can water. I don't know how you can walk under.
Swim.
I've seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
There ain't no boats here.
That's literally the spell walk underwater.
So where's this trail lead to? It leads to the lighthouse?
Okay, so the path in front of you, which is like a rocky bridge, that leads to the lighthouse. Below you is the coast that leads up to the ship. Like I said, you can see
by the lighthouse
that there.
very much, right?
What's that?
The harpies are by the lighthouse, from what we can see.
Correct. Yes. They are right along the edge, right along the southern edge of the lighthouse, on the side that doesn't have a path leading up to it. There's like a rocky path that leads up to the lighthouse, but they are on the southern side of that.
There's
yeah, so we go north towards a boat, and we can get down easily with the flying carpet. I think that's okay with everybody.
Nobody take a step yet.
I take 2 steps forward.
No traps. No! What are you doing? I just want to see if there's anything I would recognize. I'm throwing. It's taking forever for my dice. I just want to make sure we're not walking into a trap by the harpies that they're gonna just, be like, they saw us, now they're going the opposite way. But you ruined it, you.
What are you checking for?
I was just trying to look and see if I could see any kind of, I don't know, like not strings necessarily, but something that's gonna trigger something and let the harpies know we're there, because I don't know if they have that kind of.
You wouldn't be able to see that from this distance anyway.
Can we send an anime up ahead and have her scout things out?
I just mean like right below us where we're gonna drop down. I don't know up ahead, but yeah.
Yes. Send anime.
Where's
Who's the real bird of prey?
Oh no.
Beard of prey.
what was your suggestion? Send her where to how far? Because after 120 feet, I lose telepathic connection. And I wasn't sure if we were trying to scope out towards the ship or towards the lighthouse. I presume the ship, but
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
So
we already saw that there's orcs or whatever on there. What are we looking
half
for
orcs?
beyond that?
Yes, half orcs. Which I will. You guys already kind of know that the half orcs are. They're the ones that you guys fought in Lylon. They're the cult of Talos. They're the ones that you guys fought in the forest with Lance Spalding. They're the ones that you guys fought down in Lylon. So this is the cult of Talos.
So, how long ago did we get that message from them?
Get what message from
the Tarbin? Sending.
Oh, about 5 hours ago. Yeah, about 5
right
hours
before we
ago.
left.
Mm-hmm. He said he was on the boat back then, right?
Mm-hmm. That indeed.
You want to try messaging him now? Or sending to him now? Or maybe not. Just make sure we see where he is, type of deal. Or I can try scrying on him.
What level was that? I could do it second level. No.
That's kind
I'm confused to why my spell slots are off.
Did you take a short rest?
I don't know.
I did, but it doesn't do anything with mine.
Oh.
So I'm just wondering if the sending never went through under my.
So I wanted to make sure I rolled.
I thought I only had used 1/3 level spell, but it's telling me I have a 2nd level spell and no 3rd level spell.
So let me see. You used your 2nd level spell would have been Guiding Bolt when you were fighting the wyverns, because you shot the slug.
So I just need to mark it once for my sending, because apparently it didn't do that.
Yep.
I must have just hit. I must have said I'm sending, and we sent the message, and I forgot to hit it. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I should send him anything right now. It's daytime or it's nighttime now there? I'm sorry.
It's night. It is almost midnight.
Okay. I'm just trying to think if I want to. I don't know if he'd be asleep. I don't want to startle him. I don't want to alarm anyone.
Under duress.
Mm.
I think you should use sending and make sure he's still okay. Never mind. I'll use scrying. It's fine. Let's do that.
You scrying?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull up a token for my boy.
Woot woot.
Give me 1 second, buddy. Because I can't remember which one I used, but I'm going to have to use one that looks a bit grungier. Oh, wait, actually, I think this is him. Okay. There he is. All right. Okay. Oh, poo. I lost my notes. I always fucking do this. I always save notes in weird places and then completely forget them.
Same. Like when you put something away to keep it safe. Never find it again.
All right. All right. So Smith, you begin to cast this. First, what I need you to do, so let me see here. You can see in here, okay, so takes 10 minutes to cast. Wisdom save, which is, okay, so the target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. If a target knows you're casting it, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed. Okay, so I'm going to say that your knowledge of him is firsthand because you have met him. I'm going to say you don't know him well enough to get the -5 modifier, but because you don't have anything of him, like a, you don't have a body part or a lock of hair or possession or a picture or a likeness, then you are going to, it's going to have a -2. So that means that his spell save DC against yours is going to be, what's that?
What about a -2?
So, or sorry. Never mind. It would just be 0. It would be 0. My apologies.
That's, going against me, but that's fine.
Were you scrying before we used the carpet to go down? Like we're still on this bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, my map all wonky.
I can't spell.
Well,
that's all right. Leave the spelling to the wizards.
Well, Smith. God damn it.
I hate all
That's
these
beautiful.
puns. I'm out.
That was beautiful.
I'm done for the night.
look at Smith and I'm like, hey, snap my fingers. Will this help you out? And I shape change into Tarbin.
Oh no, will it?
That's very helpful.
Probably
yeah.
not.
I mean, looking at being
Yes,
that
likeness.
he
Likeness or picture?
is, yeah, that would count as a likeness.
Okay, -2 then.
Yeah, so the spell save would be 16. So Tarbin must make a a saving throw. He has a +1 to wisdom. Okay. Delete this. I'm actually going to add him to here. And I need to add this. And I need to move Smith.
Smith.
Well, yeah, because I'm just moving your token over to a different map. Just in case he fails. Okay. So he does fail. So that means that you are able to scry on him.
What's going on around him? What's he doing?
Let me make sure that I have line of sight
beforehand.
turned on. Say this again?
Can I do one last thing before we do this, actually?
Sure.
Can I advise the party, hey, I don't know what's going on with him, but if you see me doing anything funny or moving at him, doing things that, like, start walking off the cliff or anything, make sure you grab me. I don't know if I'm going to be caught under their spell if I'm scrying on them and somehow I hear the song. I don't want to be caught under the spell.
I say, I got you, and start tying a rope around his waist.
I was
just going to say that's what I'm going to grab a rope or something and tie it to my hip.
Before then, that, like, Iluna's just going to make sure to look around for those 10 minutes and keep an eye on him anyhow, so.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Got it covered.
So Smith, you begin to cast Scry. Takes a few minutes as the rest of you watch on, and after 10 minutes, you see Smith's eyes roll back into his head. There's almost an ethereal kind of glow to them. Smith, all of a sudden, everything kind of comes into light around you. There's an eerie green glow surrounding you. You are standing in a room that you can tell has old, worn wood surrounding it. And up against the one wall, you see Tarbin Tool as he is strapped to a metal anchor in here on the wall. He has a manacle around his ankle, and you can surmise that, you know, however heavy this thing is, he's not moving. What you notice, though, that stands out in this room more than anything is up against the north wall, you see the corpse of a armored knight that is slumped in a throne. There are bones that spill into this room that are intertwined in the body of this knight, fusing him to this vessel. As this happens, you see that this corpse's eyes glow with this soft red. And as you are viewing through this, you start to hear a voice that says, "Bard, play me a song." And all of a sudden, Tarbin, it is so late, and I have yet drink or eat. And then the voice booms, play me a song of where I called my home. Tarbin kind of jumps at this. Everyone outside, you guys see a cloud form above the dreadnought, above this ship, as lightning starts to pull in and crash, and thunder starts to roil overhead of you. A light rain begins.
This isn't, Me sees the clouds and then looks at Albina and goes, this isn't his doing, is it?
We'll have to ask him when he's done doing what he's doing.
When this happens, Smith, Tarbin, sorry, and then he's very sluggishly beginning to strum his strings. Up in the sky, a city so grand, Anarai, the pride of land, swords they made with magic so true, their craftsmanship pulled from the blue. O Anara, land of the brave, from Netherill's fall, you did save. Lost kingdoms they called thee, riches and magic you foresee. Flying so high near the Anarok sand, from up upon high you could see land. And then he kind of slumps down a bit as you see the glow of the eyes to this this suit of armor, this kind of corpse knight begin to dwell and recede. And then you see Tarbin just kind of, as he's looking around, and then he like scrapes a little bit of the wood beneath him, and you can see there that it has he has like a little tally mark that has a 5 on it. And he picks up a bit of cloth that is sitting behind him, and you can see that it's rotten. It has mold growing on it. It's kind of brown and green, and he lifts it, like putting as much effort as he can into it, and then like wrings it out into his mouth, trying to drink something.
Okay.
And then a moment later, he falls asleep as you can hear a struggled and labor snore coming from him.
So we pretty much assume, or I assume he's on the boat from what I can see right now.
Yeah, you can make that assumption.
Okay. And then I guess the spell just ends.
After 10 minutes, you have 10 minutes that you can see through this.
Creeping on him for 10 minutes.
Unfortunately, you can see as if you were here and there, but the sensor could only move within 10 feet of the target. So unfortunately, you're not able to move out of the room or anything like that.
Describe stuff as it's going on, or no?
Say that again?
Can I describe stuff as it's going on, or no? How does that work?
On a failed save, it creates an invisible sensor. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target. It does not say that you can't speak as this is happening. Yeah, it doesn't say that you can't speak.
I'm hoping someone records it, but kind of verbatim saying what he says and what he what I'm hearing, basically.
Yeah, I will put it in the chat here. So
his song.
Be like, write this down, you. I'll hold on to him.
There you are.
We all know that only wizards can write.
This Honoria. Wait, what is it again? Let me see here. Let me see what
yeah, Honoria. So everybody can roll a history check.
Yeah, and those 3 words.
Where he's from, supposedly, right? The
That's
Dreadnought
Andy said.
or whatever.
Yeah. So when
Is that what you do? You tell us all this after you hear the guy the bone, not bone. The
Yeah, I'm
what is
telling
it?
you as it's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of like you know, in the moment, like I imagine, like, you know, I can see him. He's somewhere in the boat. It's like it's like a triangular and I'm gonna say, Smith, if you want to give them the details of that, it's a triangular portion of the like a triangular part or a shape to the room, that might give you some idea of where he might be held in the ship.
Triangular shape of the room. Crap! I thought I had something that would give me help on.
On history?
Not history, just rules in general. Aside from the
That I don't know, other than inspiration.
Aside from the inspiration. I was thinking that amulet, but I think the amulet is just for combat.
Yeah, the clockwork amulet just allows you to forego rolling a d20 to just take a 10. So, and that is when you make an attack.
Yeah, it's only on attacks. That's what I couldn't find it because I couldn't remember the whole name.
So, Smith, you're the only one that actually knows anything about Honoria. So, Honoria was one of a small number of enclaves that survived the fall of ancient Netheril. So Netheril was an ancient society in Faerun that was like the peak of magic at one time. There is literally stuff within the world of Faerun that are these long forgotten artifacts that are so much more powerful than what people can do now that came from Netheril. It's rumored that they had access to like 10th level spells and stuff like that. But when the flying cities of Netheril fell, this was one of them that survived, and it eventually grew into a great kingdom and one of the wealthiest Netherese survivors, before eventually being swallowed up by the Anarok Desert. So, as you can see on there, flying so high near the Anarok Sands in the song, which is very far east. It's a magical desert in North Faerun. So, it is claimed that it's
right.
What's that?
Not a different plane of existence or anything, right?
No. Same plane, literally just like months travels. Yeah, months travels to the east. But yeah, it's basically it is rumored. Yeah, you had an 18.
Just my check looked so different from everyone else's, so I was confused.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's because that's I think. Wait, no, yours. Oh, okay.
Mine was in black and they're in white.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
See yours.
Yeah, yours is highlighted.
Mine
the thing is that the other thing that you know, other than that Honoria was one of these surviving Netherese cities, but particularly it was famous for its craftsmanship of swords and for its magic that came from there. So whenever this this dreadnought or this corpse knight apparently came from Honoria. But
can I assume any connection between the top and the harpies, or no? Do I know anything about? I wrote both pretty well on the harpy, right? Do I know anything about them?
There would be no connection, between this. In your mind, the harpies. This is probably just where the harpies live. That's it's luring sailors and travelers out to the lighthouse, probably just to kill them. Is their whole jive. This being here, which I know me and you did not give you the information that this was a ship of undead that the cult took over. That would be information you would not have to base your base anything else off of. Here's the thing. Here's the last bit of information though that you would know about Honoria. It kind of self-destructed and the entire kingdom like dissolved about 1,000 years ago. So most people from that area just kind of like fled outwards. Some of them eventually traveling across the lands over to like Cormyr to the south, traveling east, west, all over the place. So Honoria has not been around for about 1,000 years.
Hmm.
Okay.
Uh, Am I still here? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just double checking. All right. Yeah. Guess I will end scrying.
Okay. So,
And I suggest we all get down to the bottom of the cliff with the magic carpet, and go try to rescue him.
Me proceeds to say, "All right, let's get going." Salutes them and fades into the ground.
okay.
As he does, I cast prestidigitation.
On
Me,
to do.
Wet Willie.
Okay.
As he's in the ground, you guys just hear a muffled scream.
Yeah.
Are,
Mhm.
are we all like protected with Yu's ability to help us breathe underwater? Is that an everyday thing that we have done?
Everyday thing.
Okie dokies. In case, you know,
Yep. A
one of us
ritual
fall in the
water
water or
breathing.
some other ridiculous nonsense. Or
I-
just
Well,
I
that
pres-
is.
go in the water.
I proceed to pop out down on the path, and I just death glare you the entire time.
Wasn't me.
Well, that is actually my question. How do you guys want to approach the
Yeah,
dreadnought?
okay.
Do you want to approach it from? Do you just want to walk up the beach? You know, how do you guys want to like? I know somebody mentioned something about going through the water at one point.
Yeah, which side do we want to come from? Do I have this little wandy thing? Can you see my little yellow? Why am I yellow? I hate that.
Because you
Anyhow,
never
do we
changed it with the new thing.
thing?
Me's
still
gonna be
behind.
trying to approach from the beach and just gonna try sticking to the cliffside, hoping that nobody notices him.
And we're
What are
gonna
these waters like?
walk up this cliff.
What?
It's rocky. I mean, it feels easier to walk up through the big, huge rocks down here, rather than try to climb over the side of a boat. But no, they
You also have a
might.
Got
magic
any room
carpet
on that
for
flying
the-
carpet, Smith?
Yeah, but not all of us could get on it at the same time.
Sorry, what
mean,
about my flying carpet?
No, I was asking
Once
if you had any room on that flying carpet for
Absolutely.
Iggy. And
Once the half
me.
orcs find us, they probably. I mean, that's the end. Well, not the end. That's probably just the beginning of fighting.
why don't we just zoom up there? You drop us off,
One request.
and you
Can
zoom
we
back.
message Tarbin? Do we know if he's got anyone else with him on the boat that we need to rescue? Or sending, I mean? Anything else we should know, maybe?
Whatever you want to ask him, you let me know.
Can we use invisibility and send Anime to scout things up ahead? Would you be okay with that, Iluna?
Yeah, how far away are we? Do we want to get any closer at all whatsoever? We look like we're yeah, pretty damn far away. Like, how long would that look like it would take Anime to fly and back? I was guessing minutes.
If she dashed, it's about 300 feet. So she'd be able to get there. She'd be able to get there, like fly around and then get back in what would that be? About a minute or two.
Okay, I was thinking more, but if it's only a couple of minutes,
Like I said,
then-
it's about 300 feet up the beach. So
We'll have line of sight on her at all times. So if anything happens, we'll see it. Well, I guess we won't have line of sight if she's invisible.
yeah, if she's invisible.
I can do the beast fence thing again. But I will be blind and deaf, and that way I can see and talk what I see through her eyes.
We'll tie a rope around you.
Rather than waiting for a relay for her to come back and then. Isn't that what we did before? I don't even know. Spells. It's not speak with animals. Yeah, it is beast sense. It's just a one-time use. It's not like a. That's why I know most never use it.
Yeah.
So like we did before we destroyed all the full-size orcs.
Okay.
So beast sense and invisible anime like we did then.
Is that what you want to do?
Let's do it.
I go back to looking like me again. Or you again.
Okay. All right. So Smith, you cast invisibility on her, and Anime, you start to use Beast Sense to look
Luna will
through.
make sure everyone's protecting her. Just like
I tie a rope around
Right.
Iluna. I untie it around. I untie around Smith and then tie it around Iluna,
probably.
and then throw the rope on the ground.
It's like if my
Just
bird
throw-
goes out of whack, I might go weird.
Well, I'm sure Albina.
I think I heard somebody say that at a bar once.
If my bird goes weird.
Oh, giggity.
All right. So you send Iluna.
I mean, anime.
Sorry. My apologies. both of the two characters that you were,
I'm
two
just
creatures that you control,
silly.
both start with A.
How dare I not be very creative? Just went
Right.
with the first letter of the alphabet. And...
It's crazy. All right. So pull up her token. All right. So Anime flies off. You guys sit there as she flies off into the darkness. Well, again, it's dim light, so you can't see her anyway. And while the anticipation builds, I'm going to use the bathroom.
I just saw the little red dot of anime on the ship. She's so tiny.
I'll be right back.
She's
Too.
gonna be turned into a little red dot. Yay!
Man. Also, I kept forgetting to ask him to put them back to green. She's not blue or.
Well,
shouldn't even
words
be
you gotta say to the DM.
Well, I
Also,
didn't-
I'm like so ready to stealth all this out because I know for a fact I have the highest stealth out of this group, and I'm so ready for it. Get advantage on stealth, and the lowest I can roll is a 13.
I have
Steven?
best talking with people here.
Yeah, I saw that. Your fucking deception is plus 13, so the lowest you can get is a 14.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I always try to deceive people. And if you want me
You're
to
the
be
talker,
truthful-
I'm the thief.
Exactly. And my persuasion is a 9.
My
My
deception is a
intimidation
9 and
is a
my
9.
persuasion's a 1.
That's
No,
why I talk.
my highest thing is perception. It's a +10, but I have 20 on passive, and he's always pretty annoyed about that.
Yeah, my two highest is acrobatics and stealth, go figure. Which I probably should totally boost up my sleight of hand as well, just for shits and giggle purposes.
Right.
That reminds me, I gotta get more tokens of the departed. I'm out.
Good.
Amount of undead tokens. This is horrible.
That's just a weird sentence. Outside of D&D. Just say that out in real life. And
I
see what
have no skull tokens. Somebody lend me your soul.
Things you can only say in a playing game.
Oh, I have a list of things to say with petty mockery that Lucas is just gonna hate, and I can't wait for it because one of them is the memes I sent you, Aaron.
Yeah.
So would all of us here end up seeing the movie by now? The D&D one?
I have not, because I wasn't able to go during the beginning of the showing because of work, so I'm not going to be able to see it until April 14th, 15th, when it comes out.
What do you mean April 14th or 15th when it comes out? It's out now.
I didn't think it came out till April.
Nah, it came out this
out
weekend.
Oh, well, I have
31st.
not seen it, and my only day off is tomorrow, but we have the kids, so I won't be able to see it until sometime in the following weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, because I saw it Friday night with a couple coworkers.
Either that, or I just do something that is completely legal and watch it the correct way as I turn on my
Correct way.
VPN.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm sure we'll see
Nothing,
it.
not illegal activities. I'm not gonna stream the D&D movie. Me just to screw over Wizards of the Coast, cause fuck them.
Pirates. You
Hashtag
have to be
free
real-life
D&D.
Hashtag free D&D. That's right.
Yeah. That's how I see most movies, if I bother. This one was worth a trip to the theater.
I just go through whatever the weird streaming site Roku has that allows you to see all of the movies like a week before they come out on DVD.
But how are you supposed to get all the ridiculous merch? $35 popcorn bucket.
Oh.
Easy. I talked to my
I'm so
friend who
fucking
works at
angry
the
that was sold
waterfront,
out.
and I steal it.
The dice bucket?
Yeah, it wasn't. They were sold out of it already.
I know that feeling only because I traveled to a bunch of AMC theaters to try and find the Ecto 1 popcorn bucket for the Ghostbusters movie. Because, you know,
Nerd.
there's only 3 Ghostbusters movies. The first one, the second one, and then Afterlife.
I considered trying to get one. I saw the price and I was like, no thanks.
I wanted it. I was all for it.
Oh, there was a lot of people who went as soon as the place opened, got the bucket, and was like, Well, I can't see the movie
I'm
yet. So
sure.
we'll see the movie later. Well, my Facebook feed is full of people like that. Someone went and got 6 of them through bending the rules of 2 each.
All right. Excuse me. Okay, so the map that you're about to see is a bit funky. Anyone who watches my YouTube channel or who watches this this Twitch channel might remember the last time we were on a pirate ship in a previous campaign. So it's kind of the same setup. There's like multiple levels of it. So what you're gonna see is the top, and then you're going to see like directly to the right of that, it's the next floor, but you won't be able to see what's in there, but you'll see that it's still the same main deck. So
did Smith tell us about the triangular shape?
I thought he did. I thought he said he would
That
tell
was
that.
I don't know what. I know he said everything that they were saying.
So that
I don't know
Yeah.
if he
He was
described
in a
anything.
he was in a triangular room.
Are we aiming at the front then?
Hey, Lucas.
Hey, buddy.
Aluna's
At the
green
front?
now, by the way.
Oh my
Aluna's
goodness!
what?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Aluna's green now, by the way. She's been meaning to say it for a while. I just want to let you know we were talking about that while you were gone.
Oh.
I literally
What does green mean?
100% forgot on my own. And
On a drastic side note,
What does that mean?
it just means
She's no longer blue. She's green. Whatever
It's
that
no longer
entails.
red.
Well,
On the thing, she's blue.
On the stream, she's
on
blue.
the stream, the blue. On the game, I'm red.
I don't even see your character.
I might just take a swim, you guys. Who's in for it?
Just
Do I still have this
relaxing,
water breathing
dip
from
in the
you?
water.
Dude, give me a minute to at least address what is going on.
on a drastic side note, for
Yeah.
$14, I can buy a D20 that can transform into a mimic from the Honor Among Thieves.
That's true.
Ooh.
That's true. You can.
I can
Those
buy it
little-
right here from Hasbro.com.
Wait, it can
and get free
transform?
shipping. Yeah, it's a D20, and then much like a transformer, you just pull it apart, and now it's a mimic.
Yeah,
Well,
you can get
there's-
one that's you can get one that's a beholder. You can get one that's a dragon and an
You
owlbear.
can get, yep, and a
Yeah.
displacer beast.
Yeah, I thought there were
Yep,
4
yep.
or 5 of them.
Oh, there's a lot more.
Is there really now? Because I thought there
So,
was
you
just
guys, what
4.
is
There's
the
green
plan?
dragon, owlbear,
well-
displacer beast.
Right
Huh.
now, what is happening is I'm just trying to get my shit dealt with so that I can actually show you guys the new map. Because anime is flying over the ship while invisible. So that is
Where,
the
I don't even
current
see this
plan.
red dot you guys were talking about earlier. Oh, I see her now. Okay. I had to zoom in, but I found it. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I saw. I saw a little red
I
dot.
need to get,
and I was
like-
oh wait,
here?
that's my bird.
Yeah, I didn't even
Appar-
realize.
But apparently,
She has slime on her
uh,
now.
Yeah, apparently she is now green, so I need to change the asset.
Mm.
Well,
But
Oh, that's
green
right.
just means green means that she's in her spring state, and that basically means that she gets lightning powers.
or something.
lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
It's lightning.
Wait, lightning?
Oh,
Hmm.
it's a
I need
wizard.
my
thing.
Mimcat to be like that.
For being
Jared, where's my link? Send it to me.
Actually, green is
You
probably
think
the best
you-
option that you
you're,
have.
Hold on.
I've been only saying this for the last 5 minutes.
How do you do that? Abina just looks over at you. You know, the skin changing thing.
Well, it's my mood. I don't have a choice. But in game,
I'm always this color red.
Yeah.
I've always been a redhead and kind of bright. It matches my fiery
Fiery
attitude since
disposition.
I was a kid.
I've
Yeah.
always been this color of green of envy.
All right. So now that I got everything I needed on my side, I apologize for the delay. I'm gonna have just Iluna's token on here, just because I think You both have the same thing. You both have 60 feet of dark vision. So it doesn't really matter which one I have on there. So, Iluna, you start viewing and seeing through Anime's eyes as she flies over towards the ship. As she does, you are able to now make out the figures aboard the ship. So, as she is flying over, something initially catches your eye as you see that giant skeleton that is on the front of the ship actually shifts and moves its like grip on this giant halberd that it holds. You can likewise see that it has a where is it? You can likewise see that it has a lightning bolt design going across its skull. That same 3 lightning bolts that you know as the Cult of Talos. As it flies over, or as Anime flies over, you can see that there is a number of half-orcs on this ship. Like I said before, this area over here is this same area. This is just the part of the map that has the underside of where this large ballista is, or where this giant crossbow is, and where these ballistas back here are. In the center of the ship, you can see that there's a mounted crossbow, as well as a path down into the ship deeper, and then there is a steering wheel up here underneath one of the masts. And it has 3 large masts. I just don't have those depicted on here.
I'd be looking to keep track of any that seem more powerful or might be casters based on what I've seen. I don't know, casters and paladins and so forth. They somehow decide to dress differently. Anyhow.
Okay, so other than them just wearing the clothes, like wearing the clothes and armor of the Cult of Talos, you aren't. I'll say roll this. Roll perception check. You're not really able to pick out any that stand out that are really any different from one another. They just kind of seem to be going about their business. There doesn't seem to be one that anyone is reporting to or paying much more mind to, or anything like that.
And any way in that looks a bit easier.
Other than, along the sides, no, there is no like portcullises or anything like that. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to move the map like that. There's no like portcullises or anything that you are able to see in there. Well, let me rephrase that. Nothing that any one of you could fit into.
Well, no like ropes or anything to be easier to climb up, or ladders, or
along the side. I'll say that there's at least one ladder on each side that would take you up to the main deck. So I'll say there's like one right here and one right here.
Okay. I don't know what else I would look for. I mean, you already described a lot of it, especially.
So the only other thing that I will describe is that I don't have it drawn on here. I will actually do that for you. So the rocks that this ship is kind of pressed on is right alongside this this eastern portion. It doesn't go out that far. So there it is. So this area over here, the rocks kind of jut up high enough that you could get onto the ship from this section over here.
Yeah, okay. I suppose, I mean, that's generally what I was aiming at. Where might be the easiest way to go to one? Or in. I mean, you answered about the holes automatically, but...
Yeah, like I said, other than the there's, like I said, there's ballistas and rotating ballistas, and there's also catapults on here.
Catapults.
I guess they would be called mangonels.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. The ballistas and mangonels.
Are you the only one in this game who knows what a mangonel is?
Well, we can all know what a mangonel is, because that's how you spell it, and it is a type of it's a type of catapult that hurls heavy projectiles in a high arc, and it can hit targets behind total cover.
So, a big catapult.
It does 5d10 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What? Wait, what does 5d10 bludgeoning?
These giant things on the back, I'm going to say me and you would know, like, these just by heart. They're basically catapults that launch explosive projectiles. And then there's also two ballistas, one large one on the front and one in the center, that could either just be used to shoot projectiles or to shoot, like, rigging line to pull somebody in.
Okay, I thought you called them crossbows.
Giant crossbows, ballistas, it's the same concept.
No. I am.
Sorry, I just got back.
As their description reads, a ballista is a massive crossbow.
Fabulous. Anyhow, I was going to say, what's the difference between a trebuchet? But obviously, I don't.
No, there's a vast difference between a trebuchet and a catapult. For one, a trebuchet is the superior siege machine. So thank you very much.
Got the distance.
Yeah. I mean,
I can go the distance.
I would be.
Sorry,
oh wait, yeah. I can talk, so I would relay what I'm seeing. I just can't see with my current elf eyes. Or hear with my elf ears. Oh man.
So what you're saying is I just gotta put a muzzle on her.
You are blind and deaf to your own surroundings. Yeah, by the way, a trebuchet can launch a 90-kilogram stone projectile over 300 meters. It's the superior siege machine.
Let's see. Love it in Age of Empires 2.
So good. All right. So with the information you have, Anime flies back.
I didn't realize. Did that say it lasts an hour? Beast said.
What? Potentially?
Yeah. Potentially, yes. I couldn't imagine what you would use that for a whole hour. But anyhow, we'll find out one day.
Gotta find out.
I guess. Yes, relay everything while it's happening. Say, are we aiming to go up that one side? Because it seems to have a rope and the rocks lead right up it. Are we trying to be extra stealthy?
So like I said, the north side of this, on this particular map that you guys are able to see, you are able to just access the ship by climbing these rocks and jumping onto it. So it is like those rocks are right up against the side of this ship. Keep in mind, like I said before, there are excuse me, there are there's a like drove of skeletons that are staked along these rocks. There's about 20 or 30 of them that have been impaled onto spikes, all these zombies, and driven into the rocks around it. So, but again, the red side is where you guys can basically walk up to it, and then this blue circle is where there is a ladder that leads up from the water side onto this thing.
I don't know why the map's being a poop and not loading properly for me.
It's a big map.
Well, no, it's just every time you change it, it goes the darkness for us.
Oh, is it not? Okay, that's weird.
Okay, I thought it was just me. I usually reload a couple times just.
Oh, I do too.
So yeah, those are your. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want.
Space magic.
Space magic.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm a little lost in what you guys were all talking about, trebuchets and
So
siege weapons.
Yeah.
What exactly are we looking at these? My map just loaded. I'm sorry.
So on the ship there is on the ship there is roughly about a dozen of these half-orc cultists on the main deck. Luna was not able to see any that were like a leader, somebody who was commanding anybody or anything like that. The skeleton that is attached to the front of the ship that is holding a giant halberd is animated because it literally like adjusted the grip of its halberd, and it had the symbol of Talos carved into the skull. Besides that, the red line that I drew is where you guys could basically climb up onto these rocks and just get into the boat. The white line that I drew is where the about 20 to 30 skeletons, or sorry, not skeletons, zombies were staked and driven, or were impaled on stakes and driven into the rocks. And then the blue circle over here is a ladder that is down in the water that comes up the side of the ship. So you guys have a couple options of getting on there. And then the only other thing that we were kind of, chatting about is that this on the front portion of the ship here in the center are two giant ballistas. They're essentially massive crossbows, and then there's catapults on the back. So basic siege equipment.
Okay, now that we're zoomed in, I can tell that the front and the back are not both pointed, because I was like, why did she say the front of the ship? Now I can see that that's the only triangular one.
I thought the front of the ship is always only pointy.
Well,
Generally speaking.
The back, from the distance, it looked like it was pointing.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha.
I was thinking that it was either end, and when she said that.
Potentially, the further down you go, the back end might get pointier and pointier. You don't, underwater, there might be more hidden.
Those zombies, they weren't animated at the time.
No.
We know full well they might.
They could.
Who knows about Animate Dead? Does you know anything about that?
About what?
No, I was asking if he knew anything about Animate Dead. I don't think I have that spell.
Do I know how to cast it?
Do you know about that spell?
I know about the spell.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
So would you be able to cast on those? I didn't know if it had to be non-hostile or like before or after it died, or if that mattered.
But can't Smith do that?
Oh, I don't know why I thought you did.
Made himself a zombie army. We'll just unspear them and he'll make a zombie army.
Well, no, I was asking you because I was gonna see if
what was the spell?
You could tell me about it, but anyway, that was supposed to be in character.
It's all good.
Oh, he's like, no, I just know how to revive some people. not always efficiently.
Who's got that walking through wall ability?
Me.
I have the meld into stone. I was hoping to find out if there were any big stones I could walk into. Originally.
Does that translate to other people if you're holding on to them, or is that only you, pretty much?
I don't think it tells me that. Let me see. It says touch. Am I okay?
I just think it's saying
me and the equipment
on a
I'm
magic
carrying.
carpet.
Yeah, no, it's just me and my equipment, unfortunately. I won't be able to perceive anything at all, or I'll be kind of disadvantaged for my perception when I'm in there. Well, what are we planning on doing?
Yeah, are we aiming on the rocky side, which was the initial plan, or walk around the water?
So are we gonna go up and then to the left where the top of that red is? Because I don't want to get onto the top of that rock where there's an animated what is it, skeleton?
Yeah, a giant skeleton with a huge halberd.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should go the opposite. I think it's gonna see us. So I'm kind of like, how are we even gonna get nearby there?
Isn't there a ladder about here on the other side?
Where the blue is?
On the other side, he said there were 2 ladders.
No, I'm pretty sure you only said there was one ladder where the blue's at.
I only heard the one letter. I don't know.
There is. It's just the other side is right next to the rock. So I mean, you could see that there is a ladder there. Yeah, it's just covered by the rocks.
Now, if we go underwater,
I vote we try to get closer to the boat. That way, we're not going under the water all the way back here and having to try and get over there.
Agreed. So we're gonna walk this stealthily to.
Is everybody trying to walk stealthily?
I would say try walking stealthily to about
Yeah.
And then we can go straight path under the water to here, or hell, we could even try going stealthily here, and then just try inching along the ship over.
Maybe I should sit and walk out.
I might like to take the top behind them rocks myself.
Because the other option of diving into the water and going all this, God only knows what the hell's in the ocean, and even then, I'm pretty sure that's going to take a hell of a lot longer than 10 minutes to go back.
I mean, anybody who doesn't have a swimming speed, remember, swimming is difficult terrain.
Yep.
What were you going to ask me, Aaron?
So from this rock here,
yes,
to the furthest point of the boat is how far?
Let me just double check one thing. So I want to make sure that my scaling is right before I tell you this. Okay.
That's kind of what I figured. I figured your scaling was a little off because
scaling is a little off. Yeah, it's
as long as I have 120 feet of vision, I'm okay just standing on top of that rock and just casting spells.
All right, so that's 13. So it's 60 feet on there. So it's gonna be it's gonna be about 100 feet.
Okay. So I'm going to suggest to them that spellcasters stand on rocks away from the ship to be able to take them out while the melee people attack the people on the ship, and when it's clear, the magic people come onto the ship.
No.
I know. I'm putting a grid on there just so I'm not losing my own mind.
Oh, okay. I was like, it just went away. It just zoomed into the right spot.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay,
What
so
do you
yeah,
just think?
that's about right.
Party members, I should say. Um,
Hannah, I think you're like cutting out every other word.
I don't think there was a complete sentence there. Now I just don't hear Hannah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I don't hear
Hannah,
Hannah either.
you were green circle, but no sound.
That's all I heard. Hannah. Nope.
Nope, not hearing anything.
Broken.
Leave the chat and come back, maybe?
maybe you can't hear me.
Oh, we just caught
Just
the end of
heard
that.
you. Something about not hearing me. And we lost you.
Yeah, we can see you
We
talking.
Can you hear me
a little
now?
bit,
Yes.
but- Yeah.
Yes.
No. Hannah. Nope.
All right, maybe there.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. My computer was really lagging, and then I was talking, and then you're like, "Oh, I can't hear you," and I'm like, "I'm hearing you guys," but you couldn't hear anything I was saying.
Right.
Yeah. Luckily for the little green circle, we knew.
No,
you
I
were
was suggesting
trying.
making a little whirlpool at the front of the ship.
That would be a good
And then going
distraction.
around. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. What everyone was trying to do, and get your opinion.
As a distraction.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think it'll move the ship itself from the description I read. But let me just double check. The effect requires a body of water at least 50 square and 25 feet deep. I don't know how deep the water is though.
Yeah.
Cause a whirlpool from the center. Yeah, never mind. I don't know. I didn't know if we could divert the attention to the opposite side, So they're like, "Oh, what's happening over there?" And we go up and sneak around. That was my tactic.
Yeah, distraction. No, with regards to me's plan or Jared's plan, going around I can't see the map, but going around from the rocks around the edge, we can walk on the water rather than swim. Once we got there.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You do have that ability to make all of us do that, right?
But oh yeah, never mind. There is a ladder. We confirmed that already. So we can go around from the side.
There's two if I want to meld into the rock and climb up the ladder.
I do agree casters can stay a bit further away. As long as there aren't
I just say we fireball the whole ship.
The whole ship just on fire.
Absolutely fucking not. I will
Right.
turn this into a PvP session right this instant.
right in the middle.
Head ship. But
Meanwhile, I'll send some fire to the middle of the ship and then create a vortex right in the middle where it'll suck it all down, and I'll do some sending and say, "Hey, jump off the ship now," and we're good.
Good, just jump off the ship.
Until the harpies find us.
But I'm ready to walk stealth-like with my hood up and so forth towards the big rocks on the rocky side, not the water side. Ignore the probably going to be undead moving zombies.
All right, so you guys are so the party is moving up to at least that first large rock, or which one? My understanding was right here.
Yeah, that looks like a good place to get to, at least for now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now remember to do it
Now I have
stealthily.
what?
Yep. I need everyone to make stealth checks.
Oh. Do have
Nat 20!
Very nice.
So the
Or 32.
moment
I am one with
meld
the
into
environment.
stone,
You are hidden.
Yes.
I could technically meld into any of those stones for up to 8 hours. Is what my understanding is.
Oh. This is what I was going after before when I thought I had help for rolls. Harper knowledge. You can add a 10
Okay, let me see
or
here.
1d10. Goodness, get out of here.
Wow,
roll.
my roll is amazing. It's literally just flying in the air, rolling. Not even touching the... I wonder when it's gonna fall. It's going down. It's going down now. There it goes.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you can go into
So
it.
Hannah, you can use
Yeah,
your movement
yeah.
to leave the stone where you entered it, which ends the spell. You otherwise can't move. So I did not read this the right way the first time you cast this. So it's yeah, when merged, you can't see what happens outside. You remain unaware of the passage of time and can't cast spells on yourself while merged into the stone. You can use your movement to leave it where you entered, which ends the spell. You otherwise can't move. So I fucked that up the first time you used it on that mountain, but I'm okay making, you know, that was a fuck up on my part. But yes,
that was fun. But yeah,
she's like,
whoops.
I didn't know it could do that.
See,
Oops.
I
What's
I
the
don't know
one where
why.
you can
Whoops.
shapeshift the stone?
You're thinking of Stone Shape.
That's probably what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Or wait,
So
is
if
it,
I
yeah, it's
move,
Stone Shape.
that pretty much shunts me out.
You are
to land
you are
or
just
wherever.
yeah. It's more of used to like
Boom.
protect
Gotcha.
yourself. Which
Protect
I think
myself
is
so no one sees me there.
Yeah, you could use it to like go into there. Because I think you also have, yeah, you can't see and any
Better
perception
believe it when
checks.
those harpies come. I'm jumping in. That's
Yeah, you could use that to hide away from somebody that was attacking you.
Okay.
Wait, with that. Oh, go ahead.
It says with advantage, but I thought it automatically rolled with advantage, except it did not. It did not.
For what?
I
You
have
have to click
advantage
the
for stealth.
advantage button.
Yeah, I thought because the A was beside it, it automatically did advantage. So I can. I need.
Not on my side.
Nope,
That
gotta
was me
still
clicking that, by
right-click
the
it
way.
and roll advantage.
So if I'm in that stone and say the harpies came over, does that affect my, is it the wisdom? Like, would they be able to like draw, pull me out essentially?
No,
Or that
you are
doesn't
just
affect
in
it?
the
It doesn't
stone.
really say.
Like they could try and damage the stone. If anyone did anything to damage the stone, you could be shunted out of it. Because it says minor physical damage to it doesn't, but its partial destruction or change in its shape expels you and deals 66 damage to you.
Okay.
And the complete destruction of it or transmutation into a different substance expels you and deals 50 damage to you.
Did you?
Got it. So anyone, if they see me step into it,
Stacey,
they can usually
I
just
said that I accidentally clicked that.
No, it's fine. I was like, why is there a different die there? That's not my die.
That's mine. I have the ruby gemstone right now. But go ahead and roll advantage if you have advantage.
I rolled once and I would just rolled again. I just thought.
Well, thanks for clarifying that.
Yep.
I thought when the A was there, it just automatically did it.
Pretty sure if you hit the A button, it does it, but.
No, that just gives you the explanation of why you have it, because it comes from her cloak. A lot of times it's stuff that's more from abilities, not stuff from items that'll do it automatically.
Right.
Okay, so.
Can I inspiration and re-roll that?
I mean, you can burn inspiration to roll, but you just take the new one.
Yeah, it would still be an advantage roll.
No,
Would that just be one roll?
You've rolled with advantage, and you got you got an 8 and a 5.
So then I got an 8.
So you have an 8. You can now use inspiration to re-roll it. Because if you want to use inspiration to get advantage, you have to declare that before you roll it. So whatever you roll now, if it's lower than an 8, you would have to take the 8.
Oh, it wouldn't re-roll the automatic advantage that I get from. I was thinking it would re-roll.
No, because you did
stealth
not
roll.
clarify
No, because
that
it's
prior.
you're just rolling it. You're just rolling it once. Okay, so 13, 19, 16, 15, 22, and 32. Okay. All right. So you guys are able to get up here. Like I said, you have moved quietly up. You can now see that that large skeleton. You can all see it now. Its eyes kind of have that same reddish glow that Smith described from the corpse night in where Tarbin Tool was, and you can see that it's kind of like looking around up and down the coast and like looking all over the place, but it has not spotted you guys.
Okay.
So where are you going now?
You guys ready for some swims? Or do you want to try and get over to here and just walk along?
I like that walking along plan.
So we got option 1, which is walking along the side over the ladder.
2.
And then option 2, which is braving the sea.
And option 3 is climb the rocks and do a surprise attack.
Option 3 is going up this way, potentially using your decent stealth checks to like move up and around the rocks and then just like full bore into the ship.
Leroy Jenkins. I like 3 than 1. I don't want to do 2 at all unless we're walking on the water.
I like 3 more than 1 because I want to Leroy Jenkins it, but I will accept 1.
Now, what do you guys think about me redirecting the flow of the water to bring the boat to us?
Oh my word.
If you look, I'm pretty sure it's on rocks, and bringing the boat directly to us might cause some issues.
It's just gonna get...
No, I meant like so we would be at the back of the boat and we would just run around behind and climb on.
Hannah just wants to enter through the rear.
Wasn't the whole point to try and not attract these people's attention, the harpies? So by displacing the ocean and moving a very large object may in fact attract
No,
the
it's just the flow of water. Just ever so slightly bring it toward us.
So I
That's
do
just a
want
question, you guys. It's okay.
I do want to point out that the ship is roughly 100 foot long, which means that your control water, which would allow you to influence a cube of water 100 foot on any side, it would be effective on where this ship is.
I go with a 1-3 split.
I'm also pretty sure that might get rid of our surprise attack if we move a whole ship and everybody realizes, this isn't where the ship was parked.
Like, did you mean like up to 1 but then over to 3?
Nope.
Oh.
I think he wants half of the group. He wants half of the group to go through 1, the other half to go through 3, so we can do a pincer attack.
Nope.
No.
No.
If 1 doesn't work, we try 2, then 3.
Nope.
Well, explain yourself, you.
Well, if people would stop talking, I probably could. So my thought is have Smith, you, Luna on top of this rock here. And then have Cephas go 3. And then me go 1. And have Albina
What's
go
Albina
with...
gonna do?
I was going to say have you go with Cephas and Iggy's not there. And then
Okay,
Iggy
yeah.
come with...
I know I don't have Iggy's token. I just realized that too.
I get it. So you want to be there on the rock blasting spells. Cephas can go through the rocks to go ahead and get them on that side, and me can go that route. The less
Stabby, sneaky, sneak.
I like that idea because I wanted to go up anyway. Because worst case scenario, I'm going to jump up and run around and I'm going to cause the boat to go moving down. Worst case scenario.
Sure, I'm all for it.
I
Why
really-
not? Stabby stab.
I'll cause a whirlpool, okay? Well, I'll just do a whirlpool or something in that small area to throw them off balance. Not to sink them.
Okay.
Do we throw, are we throwing stealth again or no?
Well, is that the plan? Is that what everybody's going with?
I'm fine with that.
I'd figure the only
I
person
agree with
who
that.
would do
Who-
stealth would be me. Because since he'd be going to the
Is
back
everyone
side of the boat.
Everyone in
So,
agreement?
what'd you say, Smith?
Where is Tarbin? Towards the back of the boat?
Probably at the front.
I'm assuming in the boat.
So
Yeah, but-
I'm gonna say, based off the description that he gave, based off of what Iluna could see, yeah, you guys can probably assume that Tarbin is held somewhere near the front of the ship, based on the design.
Probably
over there
the
without being
captain's
seen?
quarters.
I could
What'd you
just
say,
phase through the
Smith?
wall. Put an opening through the wall there.
Like a portal?
Kinda. It's called pass
Do
wall.
that?
Oh, wow.
That's pretty neat.
That's
Why
kind of
don't-
cool. I
that
didn't know
would
you
okay.
had that.
You took fucking pass wall? God damn it. All right.
Smith
Okay.
comes in at the end with the best idea so far.
Yeah. Smith flies
Just
over,
building up, building
pushes
up.
it out, grabs it, and leaves again. Job done.
Are you okay there?
I fucking okay.
You killed
Pass
the DM.
wall, pass wall as like as a spell is basically the same thing of, oh, what's that? You have something 20 feet away blocked by either wood, stone, plaster, a wall, a ceiling, a floor. Okay, cool. I'm going through it. And it lasts for an hour or until dispelled.
That's great.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous because it creates no instability in what it is. So it's a passage, so it can be through multiple things too, like multiple surfaces.
That's so cool. But how does that work?
What? He would cast a spell on the side of the ship, and there would just be
Does it have to be near it or no?
within 30
Oh,
feet.
okay.
Okay.
30 feet away.
I didn't know if he had an obstacle. 30 feet. Okay.
But
Flying
that
carpet
would-
it is. No, I'm just kidding.
That would allow it would become a passage that anybody could go through.
Yeah, for
No,
an hour.
I was just thinking it gave him a skill specifically.
But it doesn't step out into anywhere. It's literally just that becomes a passage.
Mhm.
Okay. I was thinking, like, where does it let you walk out onto? Like on a wall or, you know.
Specifically,
Okay, gotcha.
specifically, it says you choose the opening's dimensions up to 5 feet wide, 8 feet tall, and 20 feet deep.
That's exactly what I want. No, I'm just kidding. Oh,
Sounds fun.
5 foot 8 feet 20. Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah,
half an hour
like
ago,
the-
Smith.
Yeah.
Maybe we
walk
should
up to
ask
the
Smith from
side.
the beginning. What do you think before we all start?
I also want to point this out, just because I chuckled about this. I loved the fact that Albina was like, you know, oh, what about animate dead? As I'm sitting here looking at Smith's inventory, reading the description of the robes of animator that says those wearing these robes may cast animate dead.
I said Smith could animate dead. He had his own
Well,
side.
I just didn't know the details of animate dead. Like, if they were already
Oh, yeah.
hostile toward us, if we were gonna
No,
be
yeah,
like
it's,
killed on the spot by them.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it just you choose a pile of bones or a corpse. Yeah.
Nice.
So what is the plan potentially now? Is it to have Smith go up to the front of the ship and try and go inside?
I can create a diversion. They won't see Smith. Whirlpool. Just kidding.
Smith can go. If Smith wants to go with me, and then the spellcasters can create a diversion on the top of the boat.
I was gonna say I'll pair up with Smith.
Nice.
If we're doing diversion, animate dead.
Yeah.
That's even better. Wait, you can
keep
just
in
do that
mind,
with your robes?
If you wanted to do that, Smith, you would have to
Oh,
go
is that
up
concentration?
and-
Wait.
it's not
How does that work?
concentration, but it's within 10 feet. So
Oh, where are the pile of corpses and whatnot? Are they all just
are-
located in front of the boat?
They're up on these
white.
rocks. Yeah, it's
Oh,
where
okay.
the white is. So I know I
Yeah,
have them
I
very
remember that.
poorly, the line very poorly drawn. But they are more like here in this like ground.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's do that.
They're not
Okay.
clumped together, so.
All right. So
Now, if you're...
yes.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, I'm just wanting to know if this is the plan that we're going with, where Albina and Seftis are going up around the top side, the spellcasters and Iluna are going up onto the top of this rock over here, and Smith and me are gonna sneak under the ship. Is the plan that Smith and me are gonna try their thing first, and then you guys do something, or is everybody else
so.
gonna do something and then they try that?
Let's say we go with option A first and see how that works. Plan A.
Okay.
Which one's A? Because I see numbers.
I think plan
my bad.
A is Smith and me sneaking up to try and just get Tarbin out of there first. If
Okay.
I'm not mistaken.
Now, if something happens, I'm going to let you both know that I'm going to cause a whirlpool at the front end of the ship if anything starts going down.
Is the water deep enough? I thought that was why you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to make sure on that before I could, because it has to be 25 feet deep. That's a big ship, so I assumed, but I shouldn't assume.
It's there. I would say.
You can see the rocks.
I would say no, not directly in front of the ship.
No.
If you wanted to create a whirlpool anywhere, you could do it further out here on the east or on the west side of the ship.
Okay,
Or
that's
you
perfect,
might-
actually.
You know, that would probably be the only other area.
Or toward the
because
back of it.
Yeah, because in here, this is gonna be deep, but it's not gonna be 25 feet deep.
Okay, good.
So yeah,
is
anywhere
that within
directly
300 feet of Albina?
Ooh, from where
Just
you
before
are now,
because I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Oh, but am I technically up there? Are we all waiting in our spots?
If you are still back there, it still is within 300 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna say potentially behind that rock there, and if something happens, I'm gonna shoot a whirlpool closest to the side of that ladder there, just to cause some commotion just on that side, where they won't be seeing.
It was
Gotcha.
me who said that might get the attention of the harpies and we shouldn't move the water too much.
That was redirecting the flow. It's not gonna redirect the flow. It's just gonna be a whirlpool right there.
No. That's what, but the water would change and the harpies might be like, what's going on? It's an option.
Lots of factors to take in, huh?
Anyhow.
Well, that's like if like they start attacking and coming out. I'm pretty sure the harpies are going to be alerted at that point.
I agree.
I mean, yeah.
It doesn't do that.
It's like I'm not going to do that while they're walking. I'm going to do that if that thing starts attacking them and then everyone starts jumping off the ship.
A horrible giant skeleton.
The Coltons aren't friends of the harpies either, right? So
as far as you know, there's no real association with them. I mean, the harpies are just kind of nested on the side of that lighthouse. So
they might go
if
after
not,
the
the
cultists
harpies
instead of us.
might help us clear out that ship too. It's a good backup.
Exactly.
All right. So I think the first thing that I need is going to be a stealth roll from Smith and me. Potentially are you guys like walking? Is somebody casting water walk, or are you guys like trudging through the water?
I was gonna ask that. Because I can put water walk. I can do all of us, and then
you can do everyone before you guys all split up.
Team huddle, perfect.
Okay.
And we'll all put our hands together. Water walk.
Okay. So, you guys all have water walk for an hour. Like I said, Smith and me, I need you guys to make stealth checks.
Inspiration?
If you have
If not, I'll give him my inspiration.
You could have had the one I took. The extra one I got, I should say.
Can he use my inspiration?
Womp womp.
Damn.
He cannot use your inspiration.
Does he not have the harp?
Unless he kills you. No, I'm just kidding.
Add a 1d10.
Does he not have what now?
Never mind. That's not. Okay. It's not intelligence. I was thinking it was any check.
All right, so you guys, the two of you start to make your way down. As you are creeping along this edge, you do make it to the front of the ship. Smith, you can kind of see, or the two of you can see the front of the ship now as it is like stretched down to the rocks. You can see the rocks underneath that are holding this up, and that there's even like a portion of the ship still underwater, with minor cracks in it here and there. But as you get there, a rogue wave comes by, and Smith, you lose your footing, and as you do, you let out a bit of a grunt. And the moment that happens, the skeleton, the giant skeleton on the front of the ship, looks down, sees the two of you, and then swings its halberd at you.
And would I be able to see that?
I think everyone would.
I'm going to say that you, as everyone is now kind of in place, what the rest of you see. Let me roll the damage, by the way. He rolled a 33.
Damn.
All right, 1 second.
Big skeleton?
Yeah, it's pretty huge, actually. So Smith, you let out this grunt, you kind of catch yourself, and that's when you both hear this groan come from above you as you look up and you see this giant skeleton reaching up with this halberd and then swiping down at both of you. The rest of you on land, Albina and Cephas over by the two rocks, and the rangers up on the rock, you guys see this skeleton attached to the front of the ship reel back and sweep down. Smith, you end up taking 33 points of damage.
Jesus Christ!
So we would have seen that.
Yeah, you guys see that happens as he hoists that above. Smith, you are you casting Pass Wall?
How does that work? Can I cast it? Like, what does that do to him?
And I'm just asking if you were casting it on the ship. Like he hit you. I'm giving the two of you a quick action to do something. So I know your plan was to cast Pass Wall. I'm just wondering, do you cast it and then try and get in?
Sure. Can this skeleton move from? It's like it's impaled or like chained up, or how's this skeleton attached to the boat?
It's basically like the decoration of the front of the ship, but it has an effective range of 25 feet.
That's a skeleton.
Yeah, so basically it can hit
banishment work, or is it like part of the ship?
What's that?
Would like banishment work on it? Theoretically,
it's part of the ship. Yeah, it's like decoration of the ship.
Is this some sort of spell? I don't know that, I guess.
Yeah, you would not know, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, we'll pass wall it. Hopefully it won't be able to attack me if it can't see me.
Because
that angle, maybe? Come inside of it, right?
Well, like I said, yeah, that is the effective area that this thing can hit you.
So it can even attack me like if I'm inside the ship?
I say we gotta get inside the ship.
Once you're inside the ship, that's really your like main, that's like your safe reprieve, unless you guys want to try and book it around the side.
That's
why I was
the ship.
Okay, cool. So then what I am going to do is I need to know, Smith, do you cast it at the top, a little bit lower than that, or directly at the bottom where you are?
Well, how high up does it go?
It would be about another 5 feet up if you wanted to try and climb up, like, not where the water has seeped in a little bit. It would take an athletics check for you to climb up there. Basically, there's 4 levels to the ship that, like, you could cast it on. So there's one directly in front of you, which would be the fastest and the easiest. There's one directly above you that would require you to use an athletics check to climb up into.
Or Misty Step, theoretically?
You could Misty Step.
Okay. But any of those options should give me access to Charbon, ideally?
Potentially.
How high up is this boat?
20 feet.
He's by an anchor, but I don't know what that. If that helps, the anchor could have been moved.
Oh, he was strapped to an anchor.
Well, that's even very close.
Yeah.
Not to spy.
Basically, Smith, I just need to
Direct to the other side of it, right? I won't hurt him at all.
No, yeah, like I said, you're just creating an opening in the side of the ship.
Alright, so what are my options again? Sorry.
Directly in front of you, 5 feet above that, 10 feet above the bottom, or 15 above the bottom.
It's 20 feet high, right? The opening?
No, it could be 20 feet deep.
8 feet
Unless
tall.
you-
I'm misread it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, 8
I was
feet
very
tall,
confused.
5 feet wide, and 20 feet deep. So
Okay. I guess somewhere in the middle, I guess. And
okay.
that should hopefully give me access to some of the floors, and I can, I guess, theoretically Misty Step if I can see the
So-
opening of the other floors, maybe.
I will say, if you cast, so what I will say is when you cast it, you can see that you cast it right where there is a divide in the floor. So you can either enter in right at the bottom or right on the middle.
I can't see carbon through either of those.
No, you cannot. But I will say, the one that you can see that's the middle has that corpse knight in it. That is like attached to the ship and like, you know, all the bones kind of feeding into the ship where he was kept.
So it might be in that room. Let's go there, I guess. Or yeah, let's check that out.
Does me climb up there, or do you use anything to move otherwise? Because Smith would have to use Misty Step or climb.
I mean, essentially, the only thing I could really do is Ghost Step Tattoo. Other than that, I would just have to climb it.
Okay, I'll let if you want. I'll let either one of you do acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics.
Base magic.
Okay, and then Smith, you said you were just going to use. You said you were going to use Misty Step.
Yeah, if I can, yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So.
Nat 20!
Nice.
Oh, Lord. Got quite a few this game.
I'd like to give my inspiration die to the one and only you.
You still has inspiration, bud.
Oh, shit. Who here doesn't
Give it
have
back to Smith.
inspiration? Smith, congratulations. You got another inspiration die.
Smith was so inspiring with that whole.
Oh,
20
Alright,
feet
so-
deep. That's
oh,
awesome.
man.
All right, so
How wide is that ship?
How wide is that hole? Or the
Whoa,
ship?
whoa! You can't just ask how wide people's holes are, Lucas. What the fuck?
The ship is 30 feet wide.
Okay, so there's still 10 feet on the other side if he...
So where we are going to leave off for the night, because I know it's late. I know we haven't really gotten into it, but we will. This will be ramped up for next session. But or actually, no. I'm sorry. Wait. We won't have a next session. Our next session will be the 30th. So,
we won't have a next session?
Because of Easter Sunday.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Easter Sunday's the 9th.
I also have something. I have something going on the 16th. So.
Yeah.
I do apologize. I won't be able to. But where we're gonna leave off is Smith and me. The two of you step into this ship. You kind of using the waves, throw yourself up in, twirl across the ground. Smith, you Misty step up into here. Smith, you recognize this room as immediately as the room that Tarbin was in. And you can see that there is a drag mark that leads under that door through the bones. But as soon as you get up in there, you hear this voice resonate. Both of you hear this that says, "You will both die for what you are doing, trespassing upon me. Ember Lost will kill you both." And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh.
You're too
Yeah,
late.
I thought it was the 15th.
How much time has passed?
What?
How much time has passed since when?
Shut
The
up,
game,
Aaron.
Since I last cried on him.
Probably about, I would gather at least like five, maybe 10 minutes. I mean, you guys chatted a bit there, discussed some things, all went down. stealthed up the shoreline, which would have meant you guys were moving a little bit slower, discussed your plans, and then set them into motion. So I would gather about 10 minutes.
Now, if I had done the vortex regardless on that, where it's not really touching them, would that have affected them too? Because I didn't...
Even though you're creating a
I
vortex
didn't want to mess it up
there,
for them.
that is still going to pull water in a direction. So, because the vortex, the vortex is 5 foot wide at the base, but 50 foot wide at the top, and is 25 foot tall. So while they might not have been like right on the edge, kind of think of like a black hole almost, there would have been some current pulling them towards it.
Okay.
Yeah. So not that it's, I mean, hey, not that they, you know, it wouldn't have created a distraction. It would have, but.
No, I'm glad I didn't ready that, because I was gonna ready it so if I saw them being attacked that I just like created the vortex right away. But they might have, just got sucked in and never even got in. Oh well.
But I'm gonna end the stream there. So anybody who's watching, thanks. Always appreciate that, and we'll see you guys next week for Rime of the Frost Maiden. Bye.